We are live. Well, let's see if it actually is live.
Not me. I'm dead inside.
Oh.
How do you know or not know?
That is an old cake.
When this changes to at least 1, then I know I'm okay, which is why I'm nervous right now.
Well, last week it worked.
Oh,
Even
okay,
when-
we're good.
Even when you didn't think it was
We're
working.
good.
Put that tripod down. Put that down.
Stop that.
Put that Triforce down.
Stop that. Why would you do that?
Mom brain. Some cake, you got some cake skills there.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah.
What Pokemon you got
Cake
there?
purchasing skills.
It's called Clang.
Like from Ninja Turtles.
Clang.
Just said wrong.
Like Eki for Clang.
Whoa!
Like what?
Are you okay?
Eki for
Oh
Clang.
yeah,
What's
and
that?
he's okay.
I think it's part of a line from one of the Knights Who Say Me.
Oh. Well, this is gonna be full of coughs.
Speaking of, where's
He said he
Where's
will be
Kirby?
here soon.
was he busy?
Well, should I wait for him or no?
I think it would be nice.
I've been
on
cleaning the house for
600.
4
All right, we're waiting for Kirby. He'll be here very shortly, I expect. So,
Probably inhaling spicy food.
like Kirby. I get it. We shared a video on GoNintendo.com of someone that made that spicy curry, Kirby spicy curry,
Say that once fast.
Kirby Curry.
Kirby spicy curry.
You did it.
That's why I am the
They said it
best.
couldn't be done.
But it can be done.
I don't know that anybody said it couldn't be done, but
I just did.
I never thought.
that label makes me think that that's hot sauce.
They're hiring. They need an ambassador, and I was considering
Yeah?
sending in a resume. Yeah,
What kind of moolah are they talking?
that I don't know. I can ask.
No moolah, just ale.
So you got to be outgoing, and you'd be working Bergen, Somerset, Morris, and.
Well, if I know one
Hudson
thing about you
to
two,
get the brand out there.
not outgoing,
Mm,
Mm.
yeah. Don't
Hate-
talk to me.
hate people.
Actually, stop talking to me
I'm
right
in.
now.
I'm more in stopping than out.
We waited for you, Kirby.
Hey,
We've been waiting for you.
I like that.
I like-
shirt. I need more crew necks in my life.
I like that
Fuck
brother
I
look,
actually just bought it yesterday.
Fuck this hood. Yeah, it had that fresh look,
that brotherly look.
that brotherly look.
I like the way you dress, brother.
The shirt of brotherly look.
All right, what is it? Clang, you said?
It's Clang.
Okay.
Clang.
Oh,
All right,
Let's
let's
say
do
it's a
this.
hard G.
Last week
It's
was Clang.
Clang.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 600.
Clang.
The Clang Podcast. Come on, brain.
600.
Clang, clang,
Clang.
Clang, clang, clang.
All good things. All good things coming.
If it's starting off like this, it's going to be a great show. She's already lost her mind.
It's the rap horn that gets me every time.
Any noise
Who's got the app?
done in rap horn style. Clang, 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 clang.
I think that when everyone does it, though, the last one has to be done with your head tossed back. Clang, 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 clang.
Well, man, please.
Serious business here. Clang resembles 3 interlocking gears with 6 teeth on the smaller 2 gears and 8 teeth on the larger gear. How many teeth is that altogether?
I wasn't paying attention.
14, I think.
It's not even a minute into the show. I'm not.
Whoa, it's Saturday. I don't do math on Saturdays.
Well,
Not even
Brain, please
casual
tell us
math.
about Clang.
Clang resembles 3 interlocking gears with 6 teeth on the smaller 2 gears and 8 teeth on the larger gear. Oh, is it 6 on each of the smaller 2 gears and 8 on the one?
Look at the
Steel
picture.
and psychic, or just
You
steel?
got a picture.
Oh, it's 2 small and a large.
Mm.
Okay. You do that. The teeth of the smaller gears are light gray, while their central regions are much
complicated.
darker. Central region, very dark.
Dark
The
Central.
Fupa.
Oh, the food party.
The
The Clang
fupa.
Fupa.
The Clang Foop is very dark.
Hi, nice to meet you. The name's Clang Fupa. Hi there, pal. Watch out for the Dark Central region.
My name's Sparkbox Beans.
Farbox Beams.
My name's $4 Beans. Nice to meet you, Clang. So this is how we've made it to 600 episodes.
Clang Fooping. Farbox Beams, starring in their own special.
When that Uprocks guy said we were one of the 10 funniest podcasts, the other people at Uprocks must have been like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
He was fired shortly after.
Yeah, right. How can you not laugh at this fart box beans? Don't you get it?
We're talking fupas here. Fupas the fart
Let's not
box.
forget. Let's not forget.
Standard joke, fart box beans.
Did you hear John Oliver interviewed by, I think it was somebody at NPR. I don't think it was Terry Gross. Anyway, he was talking about how there's like certain things that are universally funny, and one of them is flatulence. And the host was like,
yeah.
I mean,
the host
Louis
was like,
C.K.
I mean,
That's
really?
how I get in with the locals when I travel. I
Yeah.
go, eh.
You're right.
Okay.
Like smiling and farting.
Yeah, that's it.
It's good, right?
It's a good ride.
Hey, that guy does the same thing I do. I like him.
Oh,
That
funny.
guy's butt smells just like mine.
We're gonna be all.
We're all the same in the butt region.
Mom, Brian. Mom, Brian.
Mom, Brian.
Flatulence is the universal language.
Mom, Brian,
Pretty
please.
much. It's like Esperanto.
All right, here we go.
Esperanto.
Okay, all right. Okay.
It's one of my favorite songs.
The le-
Oh boy, it's gonna be a real bad show. Whatever, it's 600.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no,
Wait, what made
a
you?
real bad
What
one.
made you crack up?
Hilarious
I
man.
think it's just been like the building
I
up.
think it was Esperanto.
Esperanto. Why can't you be a real
All right, here
language?
we go.
Uh,
The left eye of the smaller gear. It's a white head.
we're done.
All right, I think we've got
While
enough.
its
Glenn.
right eye has a black pupil and a white sclera.
Brown
It
eye?
has a round green nose and a small mouth that is wide open.
Mom, Ray, thanks. We're done. We're done.
Is this a
It's
Craigslist
okay.
ad?
You don't have to go.
Great job, Mom, Ray. Thank you.
I have a question about
Wait, I
Clang.
didn't finish Clang. Okay.
No, you're okay.
No,
Is
I'm
it
good.
is it just steel or is it steel?
So there's all this stuff about it, and when it gets angry, its gears rotate faster. Clang communicate.
Clang, clang,
Clang communicate with each other by spinning their gears in different
The
directions.
plural of clang
Yeah.
is clang.
I've seen
Yeah.
that on the internet.
Now, here's what you want to know. It's a steel type Pokemon.
Right. That's it though.
It's number 600.
You know.
Its abilities
Oh,
include
number
plus or
600.
minus, and its hidden ability is clear body.
But how tall is it?
It's 2 feet
Yeah.
tall, 112 pounds, and you
Wow.
can't teach that.
Well, I mean, apparently you can teach the weight. You just can't teach the height. So, thanks, Mom Brain. That was great.
Whew. Sorry, guys.
You did it.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
proud of you.
That was it.
Held together very well.
Thanks. Yep, very professionally
First
done.
things first, I apologize for coughing.
I apologize. R-Type's here.
If you've been following on the site or on the YouTube channel, you know I've been fighting a cold this week. I feel fine now. I'm just still coffee. I also wanted to say there's something, whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, 600 episodes. We're at 600 episodes. Can you believe? Oh yeah, that's what I want to do. So if you downloaded this show, as in the future, you have downloaded this show, then you already heard the brand new intro song
Ubrano.
from Name of Austin. He surprised me with a new intro song for the podcast. So he's the guy who did the last intro.
I've heard good things.
And we talk to each other often, and I thought we were just BSing about like what video game music we like and stuff like that, but it turns out he was trying to get information out of me to piece together a song that I might like based on my preferences, and apparently it really worked because I think the song's amazing.
So it's got that Sunsoft sound.
Yeah, right. It's just that noise for 30
crunchy.
seconds. So if, like I said, if you downloaded it, you already heard the song, but you're going to hear it again. If you're listening to the show live, you haven't heard it, and I've been talking about it on Twitter, so I'm going to play it right now off this crappy iPad speaker. But thank you to Name of Austin.
That's somebody's voice.
I was gonna say, what's that voice
Me and Mom
sample?
Brain.
Not to the Terry Crews music.
Oh, like the old Spice.
The
Yeah.
Mutendo guy.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
Yeah, I really like that song. So that's our new song going forward. And
Hey-o.
thank you again to Name of Austin. Also, by the way, Austin has a new Eggbusters episode today. He's playing Wind Waker HD. So go to YouTube and type in That One Show Fun on YouTube, and you'll get to his channel, and you can watch him bust some eggs for Wind Waker HD. All right, so 600 shows. One a week, every week, without missing one, believe it or not.
Wow.
We started back in August 2005.
What?
Holy.
Ain't that crazy?
That's practically last century.
I know. So let's talk about some of the stuff that happened in 2000. Let's talk about sex. Today's show is about sex.
And
Talk
you and
about
me.
the Nintendo Revolution.
Talk about all the good things and the bad things.
Mostly the bad things. Oh, yeah, I should say that. Hello, Jacob, and Forget Your Life, and Cosmo, and Hylian, and Digital Worlds, and Lewis, and Fred McNanner, and Roth, and Daniel, and Mark, and Carnictus, and Ennis Armored Frog, and Ashley, and Piplup Water, and Rocket, and Video Game Guru, and Nintendo, and everybody else I didn't see. Thanks for joining us in the chats. We will be paying attention to you.
Welcome.
And also, if you have any questions for the podcast, we have a tweet on the Go Nintendo Twitter. So go to Go Nintendo Tweet on Twitter, and one of the top tweets is where you can reply with your question, and we will read your questions later on the show. All right, so here's what happened in 2005 in terms of Nintendo. All right, so big games that came out for Nintendo that year. Four Swords Adventures came out in Europe.
Ball in a cup.
And we got, this is how long the show's been on. We got the Minish Cap. That's how long it's been. The Minish Cap was
I
new.
forgot how old that game is.
And here's a big one.
2005 was long time.
Resident Evil 4 came out in 2005. What many people say is the best Resident Evil.
But where Jill and Wesker?
Wesker is being played by that man from Game of Thrones. The Stone Man. You know, the guy that loves Khaleesi and he's turning into stone.
Oh, right. Oh, spoilers.
yes,
Thanks.
Oh, is that true?
Probably. I lost.
starts
Sorry.
with a J.
I've fallen
He's,
out of,
Jorah.
He
Yeah, I think that's it.
he's
Oh.
he's Wesker.
Sir Jorah.
Morma.
He's Wesker in the Resident Evil movies.
I'm a nerd.
Sir Marmot.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Mormot's the guy from the.
Didn't he
island
play
up
another
north.
character in Resident Evil?
Well, he's
like
like
North of the.
amalgamation of Wesker.
oh, okay.
It was like, you know, when they bring things to the movies, it's got to be like, we'll have a Wesker, but he's completely different. Then there's this other guy. He's Wesker, but we're not calling him Wesker. So, like in the last movie now, he's the final villain that Mila takes on. So,
Okay. 'Cause
granted, I've missed a few of the movies.
I watched one of them, and he was in it, and he played like an evil scientist working for Umbrella Corp. But I didn't think he.
Yeah, I think
I don't think he was Wesker though.
I think the somewhere throughout the series
I'm
it
confused.
led up to that.
Okay.
But again, I've seen I could be completely wrong, but I've seen the first 4, and there's 7. This is the 7th, I think.
6 or 7.
What?
Yeah,
There's way too.
that's
many.
a $1 billion
I've
franchise.
seen 0.
Well, they're all. I don't know why we haven't watched them for movie night because they're all perfect for movie night.
That's true.
Wow. And now Capcom is like, all right, no more Resident Evil. That made $1 billion. Now you guys are going to do Monster Hunter. So the same team that does the Resident Evil movies is going to do Monster Hunter movies. So I don't know how that's going to turn out, but
Clear my calendar.
all right. March 11th in 2005, the DS released in Europe. So as we were saying, Minish Cap is a GBA game, so the DS wasn't even out in Europe yet. Pokemon games. What Pokemon games were out? Pokemon. You want to guess? You're a Pokemon guy.
05?
Yes.
Yeah. Gold and silver.
Pokemon Emerald
Ugh.
was that?
You idiot.
Ah!
That one
Was
sucked.
that on GBA?
That one sucked big time.
Also coming out was Mario Kart DS.
So when were gold and silver?
I
07?
have to look it up.
I will do just that.
What else we got here? All right, events, special events for the game industry at that time. Mr. Iwata, who was still alive, gave his Heart of Gamers speech, which has become his most well-known speech since then.
What's the best soundbite from that one? I'm not familiar.
Don't quote me on it, but it's something
I
about
think
like,
he said, "Please understand."
please understand. It's something about on my business card, it says I'm Nintendo's president, and it's some blah 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 blah. But it says in my heart, I have the heart of a gamer, and like everybody like stood up
So
and cheered.
he doesn't have the heart of a president.
No, no, he just doesn't have a heart. And here's the craziest one:
I had a heart
September.
transplant.
It's a very small Game Boy.
September 16th, 2005, Tokyo Game Show. Nintendo revealed the Wii remote. So it was the beginning
That's right,
of
the
the revolution.
That reminds me of a great meme I seen
Into
you
the
recently,
way.
Rami.
Oh yes, yes. Now I am reminded of that. So yeah, that's crazy. We were doing. I mean, I know we were doing the show before the Wii existed, or we even knew what the Wii was, but just to think that far back, so much time. All right, so that's what happened.
So that's pre-Wii?
Pre-Wii, yes.
Pre-Wii.
That's what happened in the world of Nintendo, but I figured I'd take a look at what also happened in the world of entertainment. We'll do the fun stuff for 2005. So,
Something having to do with Paris Hilton.
Oh yeah.
our
R-Type graduated from university.
Microsoft released the Xbox 360.
Mhm.
That was in 2005.
Fusion
I have
Frenzy!
I've heard of that
I
before.
have that.
Popular films. Does anybody have a guess of what popular films were in
Yes,
2005?
yes,
Harry
I
Potter.
sure do. I sure do.
Harry Potter. What one?
The half-blood goblet of
Princes.
stones.
One of those words is correct.
Prince's half-filled goblet.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. was
Oh,
popular.
man.
Hmm.
05. Yeah, I don't know.
That was a rough time in my life.
Star Wars
Remember a whole lot about
Finding
it.
Finding Nemo was 03, right? So okay. So
Somebody in the chat, Armored Frog guessed King Kong, and he is correct. King Kong is on this list.
Up.
No, up.
No. No, up yours.
No, up. Any other guesses?
I don't know.
Resident Evil.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Nintendo.
Star Wars Episode 3.
I did say Star Wars.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
See, I
rule.
gave up on episode 2.
I rule.
And I hear that episode 3 is the best. I mean, quote unquote, best.
Episode 3 is
Of
the
the
best
prequels.
of the worst ones.
Is
Right.
the best turd.
Yes.
It's the turd they
At least came out fast. It
It's
felt pretty good when it did.
It's the turd they polished the most.
Clean wipe.
It was a clean wiper.
This is the best thing I can say about Episode 3. I can and have watched that one again. I have only watched Phantom Menace twice. Both time were in the theaters. The second time was to
Darth
make
Maul was
sure
so
I
cool.
disliked it as much as
I
I
shaved
did.
my head and just painted my
And then Attack of the Clones just really made me mad.
you can say
It really made me mad.
it. JJB. F you.
Attack of the
JJB.
Clones, more like Attack of the Boner and make it disappear.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
boom!
Nailed it.
Attack of the JJB.
Madagascar was popular. That's a great idea for the podcast. A random thumbs up goes. Popular films. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Was that popular?
Oh,
I didn't see
think
it.
it
It's all relative.
Brangelina, rest in peace.
Hitch. Was that popular?
No.
These
it's
are
on
popular
here.
compared
Kevin
to
James
movies
was in it,
that
so-
were not.
These are
movies.
monies that made people money.
Brokeback Mountain. Now, see, that's a popular film.
Mhm.
Walk the Line.
I saw that
Mhm.
with my eyes.
Before Joaquin Phoenix retired to become a rapper.
Jailquin.
Charlie and the
An
Chocolate
insane
Factory.
person.
Yes.
Popular, yes. Liked, I would say not
No.
very much.
Not by
Yeah.
smart.
I didn't like the Oompa Loompas.
Tim,
All right.
Tim Burton's been jumping sharks since
Yeah, right.
a long time ago.
Now let's
Ugh.
move on to popular musicians. Any
Oh,
guesses? The most
yes.
popular musicians of
Oh, Crazy
2005.
Frog.
Crazy Frog. No, the Crazy Gummy Bear. The Gummy Bear one. That's even better.
Oh, yeah.
Is that 2005 though? The Frog came
Probably
first,
not.
but maybe that might be earlier.
I'm just guessing.
Man,
Gummy Bear.
what was I listening to?
Crazy Gummy Bear.
How about
I'm thinking like,
Tim Allen?
was this post Eminem fame?
What's Silent Alarm is the name of
Eminem
the
is on the
album.
list.
What was
I
that?
rule.
Silent Alarm was the name of the album. What was that band?
Yeah, they were British.
Yeah, what are they called?
uh,
They were great. I loved them at that time.
Spice Girls.
No,
Yes.
Were the
Spice
Strokes?
Men.
The Strokes?
Spicemen.
Don't see Strokes on here.
Beyonce.
yeah, it'll come to me.
That's
Oh,
Helicopter was the song. you know?
too long ago.
I don't see Beyonce.
Too long ago.
Justin Bieber's dad.
Limp Biscuit. Just kidding.
I think they were all dead by then.
No Limp Bizkit. All right, so these are bands that had popular albums in 2005. I'm very surprised here. No answers.
I know what you're saying, and I
can't.
Well,
Musicians that have
Popular
popular
versus what we
albums
like.
in 2005.
Kid Rock.
how about Black Eyed Peas?
I don't see Kid
Oh,
Rock.
yeah,
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
now we're talking.
Ooh.
Right.
Now
Right.
we're talking.
Can
There
I
you
get
go.
some
Remember that crap?
Fergalicious, please? Can I get some of the Fergalicious? I would like that.
I like imagining someone actually asking for the album like that. Can I get some of the Fergalicious, please?
This is
All
a
right.
deli.
So we'll play a little bit of the guessing game. So this person just had a major music malfunction.
Oh,
Ashley Simpson.
no.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Ashley Simpson. Maybe
Okay.
she skipped off.
Oh,
there?
I thought you
Jessica
meant. I thought you
Simpson
meant just
was-
at the time of 2005.
Oh no!
But Jessica Simpson might have been big then. Yeah, was she big?
Yeah, was
then?
her
Ashley
reality show
Simpson.
still on?
The
This
sister.
this band has a color in its name.
Maroon 5.
This band, people say sold out.
Coldplay.
Coldplay's on the list.
Purple Nurple Play.
Nickelback.
It's a color.
Yeah, Nickel. no,
No,
wait,
but
Nickelback.
Are we still talking about the color band?
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't
Oh,
get it
my
yet.
bad.
I
This
thought
band's
about
still around today.
it because he gave me a sad face with Maroon 5.
Everybody sees it.
I'm trying to think of other hints.
Sold out.
Band that
Color
sold out
and
with a
name.
color. Black Eyed Peas. Black.
No.
They used to be
They
cool.
definitely sold
There was a
out.
time in the early aughts.
All right, how about this? I can't think of any other hints so that don't give it away.
Yeah,
right
just give us like a
It's
charade
not
hint.
the White Stripes. is it?
Green Day.
Give me
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Green Day.
Yes.
Good save.
All right, this guy's a rapper. Doesn't really rap anymore, or I don't know, maybe he does. But last thing I know, he did is make fun of a boxer for not being able to read.
Eminem.
No,
No.
Did the Black Stripes
Oh.
change
it's
it?
let's see if anybody's getting it in the
Well,
chat.
I know the boxer. The boxer is Floyd Mayweather, but who is the rapper with the quips?
He likes candy.
Bubblegum and tap.
He likes taking women to buy candy at shops.
Oh yeah,
Candy
yeah.
shop?
50
Who's that?
Cent.
There
50
you
Cent.
go, 50 Cent.
Wow.
All right, American Idol winner, numero uno.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
Justin Guarini, aka the
Oh,
Sweet
boy.
One.
Who's the-
I think this is
who's the runner-up?
I think this is a country band.
Ugh.
Opposite of Bumpy.
Smooth.
Flat. Yeah, Rascal Flatts.
Rascal
Smooth Rascals.
Here they are, everybody. Smooth Rascals.
Rapscallion.
Smooth Rascal.
Okay, this one.
Can you feel me?
She's a host on The Voice. Or she's
Christina
a judge on The Voice.
Christina Aguilera.
Aguilera.
Oh, Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Aguilera.
Aguilera.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, this is another
I'm
one.
having flashbacks.
Who's her
Flashbacks.
boo?
Yeah, Gavin Rossdale.
No.
Nubu.
Blake.
Nubu? Nobu.
Blake Shelton. Yes.
He had an album then?
He's on the list.
I thought he was
I thought
just
he was
born on
new.
The Voice.
You just
Yeah.
made the list.
All right.
He's like
I think this. I think this. Oh boy. I think this country singer does this song, but I could be wrong. Has a very deep voice.
Toby
We
Keith.
locked them doors. Yeah. No. We locked them doors.
Keep going.
We locked them doors. Burn. Whatever. He
How do you
says.
learn
the lights down low?
I won't talk about me.
That song.
I have no idea what you guys are singing.
We locked them doors. We turned the lights down low.
Yeah. Is
How
that
do we
Barry
know
White?
How do we
That's
know one
what
Toby
Robbie
Keith song?
sings on a Friday night when I come
It
home.
must be.
Is that his
It must
song?
be
I
Barry.
don't know.
Must be Barry Black.
We locked them doors.
We're
All
gonna.
right, this guy.
We're gonna have to
you know,
reprise
like
the music
everybody.
that Vitamin G.
everybody in
plays when
college
his wife
listened to this
comes
band.
home.
It's a college band. Nobody listens to anymore.
Oh, Modest Mouse.
No.
College band. REM in
I
1980.
got a song about frying an egg on the sidewalk.
Oh, Presidents of the United States of America.
What?
Matchbox 21.
maybe,
The sequel.
The sequel.
maybe I'm insulting you guys. Maybe people still do listen to this band.
I have no idea who this is.
Give me like a hint that I listened to.
They got
An egg on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Nice
Dave Matthews
college.
Band. DMB.
Yes, thank you.
DMB.
There you go.
Oh,
I just have to
yeah.
like focus for a second.
Okay.
Bam,
Dave Grohl,
bam,
whatever.
bam,
Yeah. All right.
Team Pro.
David Grohl, whatever.
This is a singer
Extraordinaire.
you can't impress much.
Oh yeah,
Shania
Shania
Twain.
Twain. Shania Twain. Good one. You do.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
That don't impress me much. Destiny's Child's on here, so Beyonce.
Oh. Dag darn it.
How do we get ready for
We'll do-
this
they were still
journey?
We'll do one
Going
more.
up five?
Her name is related to a beer that Homer drinks.
Oh,
Hillary
Hillary Duff.
Duff.
Hillary
There
Duff.
you go, Hillary Duff, Mr. Black.
Hillary Duff beer for me.
So
Hillary Duff
that's
beer
that's
for you.
what was going on in 2005.
Oh, I like this
Not-
game. Can we do
Terrible
06?
year.
No, we can't. We can do some.
Oh,
Ah,
well, a block party. Was the
thank
name of the
you.
band, right?
That's them. Not on the list though. I like them at the
Block
time.
Party was not on the list.
Mm.
Do.
All right, so now that we had
Yeah,
some
that
stupid
was good
fun, it's time to talk about some Nintendo
Drum.
stuff, I guess. Let's see.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, let's talk about something.
Oh.
You've been sitting still for a while.
It's funny. I cleaned the lenses today, but not the rest of it.
Guess not.
Kevin just spent all day.
Don't touch me.
I sleep in
I'm
class.
collecting.
Mom, brain.
I'm collecting dust.
Maybe lock them doors. All right, let's
Is
talk
it
about
lock
some
them
Nintendo
doors
stuff.
and doors.
Lock them doors.
Doors
And
and
turn the
turlet.
lights
I
down.
heard
Lights
and
down
turlet. Lock the doors and turlet. That's what I heard.
Do you know that,
That's the whole song.
the doors
Lock them doors and toilet.
No, turlet.
How do you
Turlet.
lock- how do you
Guys.
lock the toilet?
I want you to know that today at
There's pay
Costco,
toilets, so they're kind of locked.
I saw what could perhaps be the best Costco purchase of all time. A double pack of Squatty Potties.
Wow.
Why would
How
you
much?
need two? I guess for both of your toilets you have.
I don't know how much
I
they
just
were.
used the waste paper basket and I saved $40.
That's right.
There you go.
I just stand on
I
the
just
cat.
poop in the waste
I
paper
just
basket.
stand on the. I just squat wherever I want, really.
Squatty yard.
I dig a hole.
All right, so ARMS is coming to the
Yardy
Switch.
potty.
Hey,
Yardy potty.
the Switch is coming out really soon.
March,
Today's the 11th.
March
It comes out the
4th.
3rd. We're almost there.
We're wailing up over here.
Oh yeah, I'll share that information with you since it was exclusive. GameStop should either let's say this week in general, or very early the week after, have their demo units in. But some of the retailer or some of the GameStop locations are going to have they're going to have demo units that are only display demo units. So like the Amiibo demo unit, you won't be able to play it. They'll have a TV with stuff running on it, and they'll have the hardware there in like a case, but you won't be able to play it. But that's not how all demo units are going to be. It's just I imagine it depends on the space and the amount of like traffic that a particular store gets. So cross your fingers. Hopefully the one you have by you is going to have a playable unit. Also, you've been looking for a Switch pre-order.
I have.
GameStop's doing this weird ass thing today. So GameStop's doing their Pro Day. It's like Pro Savings Day. If you have a Pro membership card, you can go in and get special deals today. But they have this other thing going on where you can randomly walk into GameStop and they randomly pick you to pre-order a Switch.
Okay.
And people are like, hey, that's pretty great.
Can you walk in and out unlimited times?
Yeah, right. People are like, hey, that's great. How about this idea? You let people pre-order, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I imagine, like, I know that's the deal that GameStop's got going on, but I imagine
They're
if
not
you walk
doing
into...
pre-orders?
No, they have. They're full, but now they have an extra 1,000.
Oh.
So the way that they're handling it is random. They want you to come in the store for the sale.
It's a promotion. Right?
Yeah, but I
It's-
imagine if
yeah,
you go
it's pretty
into
smart.
GameStop and you're like, can I just have a Switch
I'm gonna
pre-order,
walk in and
please?
do this.
No. Give me a sign.
Oh.
Give me a sign.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
understand how they randomly pick the person.
Well,
like,
yeah.
they didn't say, do you have to buy something, and then they ask you? Or are they just like, hey, you're lucky? What they didn't say. We have no idea. So,
Gamer profiling.
yeah, that's it.
That's weird.
You look like a Nintendo nerd.
Yeah, they're looking for people who look like they have money, I guess that's it. So walk in there waving
I'm gonna
around
wear my
money
suit.
and they'll give
I'm gonna
you
wear my suit.
Oh,
I'm
so,
a banker.
Can someone help me with some games?
Wear
My
like,
problem is I have too much money.
wear like a monocle. And
What can I spend this money on?
G. Reginald Moneybags.
My problem is I have too much money and I only spend it on lotteries, random lotteries.
I'd love to spend this on a gaming console.
Well, anyway, there you go. Those are your 2 tidbits.
Show me your finest video gaming console.
I only buy systems that come out in March.
I love games. Video games.
And what do these gaming consoles do?
Now that I bought 7, what do I do with them?
Oh, no games for me, thank you. I just like to look at them.
Behind glass forever.
All right. ARMS is coming to the Switch, like we said. And ARMS is the weirdo boxing game. But Nintendo wants you to know something about ARMS. So if you're not into
HD Rumble.
if you're not into motion controls and you want to play your game traditional controls, you can do that, which is something we've known a little bit, or something we knew before, but we didn't know how far it went. So Nintendo has
all the way to
said
the vice president.
that obviously you can play the whole game with just one Joy-Con. Let me get the specific mention. Since there will probably be some people who aren't good at the physical controls, we made it possible to play using buttons as well. They can also use buttons on the Joy-Con or the Pro Controller. It is also possible to play using just one Joy-Con, so you can share the fun and play with others. So you can do 2-player local with one Joy-Con for each person, which is actually pretty cool. We don't know the details of how those controls are going to work just yet, and maybe if they'll still include motion somehow, but now you know. So you'll have plenty of control options for ARMS. The Destructo94 says, I think this game will be a surprise hit and people are sleeping on it. I really could see this being the next Splatoon. Maybe not as many sales as Splatoon, but it's not going to be another codename Steam either.
You just
Yeah.
rewound himself.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. It seems like everybody that gets hands-on time with ARMS is like, wow, this game is
This is
amazing.
soft and
But
feels
you have to
good.
play it. And Nintendo always says that BS thing, or it sounds like BS where Nintendo's like, you need to get hands-on with our games to really understand them. And it's true. It's very true with ARMS. So if you're on the fence with ARMS or just not interested in it, see if you can try it a demo at one of those demo stations and see what you think then. Because I was the same way. I saw it and I liked the look, but I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this game. Then I played the demo and I was like, wow, that really blew me away. So Europe, this week's uploads on Wii U and 3DS
Your uploads.
from Nintendo. Europe got
Make 7
Plantera.
up yours.
In the world of Plantera,
Makes
you
sense.
grow your own garden and breed
You bet
plants
your
and
sweet
animals
ass.
to
You know,
earn
we still
coins
play that.
with their produce.
We do. We still play that.
We call it
often.
touch the thumb.
Yeah, I was just asking Mom Brain.
Fondle the thumb.
I was just asking Mom Brain if they still played that in school.
Yeah, they still play it. They still play Foursquare.
Who jailed my thumb?
Europe got a.
Who jailed my thumb?
You sound like Trevor Noah's impression of Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost exactly like it.
Well,
I'll
now
have to
I'm
play
going
it for
to
you.
try to do it and do it wrong.
Europe got a Wii U Virtual
Who
Console
jailed
game.
my oh, it's wrong. It's all wrong.
It's an N64 game,
my thumb.
which is really rare. They got Ogre Battle 64 on the Wii U Virtual Console, so a 64 Virtual Console game. Also available is Words Up Academy,
I want to get into it.
Word up.
Can we do that later?
Maze Break. I don't own a single Ogre Battle.
Why? Too hard?
It
Ooh,
wasn't
wow.
my
Too
type
many
of
ogres.
game. Too many ogres, yeah. 64 ogres, the battle, not for me.
F ogres.
Excuse me.
Maze Break is also available. Plantera got 3DS as well,
Ooh,
and
Plantera.
that's got cross-buy, so you buy one and you get the other version for free.
Mm-mm.
If you're into Azure Striker Gunvolt, the Azure Striker Gunvolt anime is
I'm
now
not
available on the
using
3DS eShop. So it's the standalone OVA that you can get on the 3DS eShop.
Standalone ovum.
3DS themes include Geronimo Stilton Volume 1, Geronimo Stilton Volume 2,
he's
Geronimo
big.
Stilton Volume 3, Geronimo Stilton Volume 4,
Oh, he's that mouse, right?
Yeah.
Stilton is cheese.
and Geronimo Stilton Volume 5.
Geronimo Stilton boogie.
Also available is Swapdoodle Dalo's cat theme. No, I'm sorry. Let me say that again. Swapdoodle
What are those sounds you're
Dalo's
making?
cat doodles
Fake
theme.
game.
Swapdoodle
Is that like
theme.
Pussy Doodles?
Pussy doodles. Also available is a swap doodle. Swap. God damn it.
Swab doo doo.
This is such a
You mean
tongue
toilet
twister.
paper?
Listen,
Can I get a swab doo doo?
Listen to this. They eat the doodle. Listen to this.
Swap the doodle.
Swap doodle. Dalo's dog
Swap
doodles
doodle.
theme is available.
Also, fake game.
Kids used to play magic cards. Now they swap the doo doo.
On 3DS, there's also another theme, the Swap Doodle Nikki's Enchanting Fairy Tale Friends theme.
Wow.
Nikki.
Not Mickey.
Nikki Hill?
You know Nikki from Swap Note. Remember
Nikki
her?
from
Oh, the
Misney.
lady with the glasses.
You got it.
Misney's own Nikki.
Hit Ninja is available on new 3DS, and then the 3DS also
New
got
to 3DS.
Hello Kitty Wears Carnival Dress
Oh
theme.
yes.
Hello Kitty Valentine's Day theme. Mr. Men Little Miss in London theme.
Oh, I like that.
And Little Miss Valentine's Day theme. So there you go. A whole bunch of stuff that I'm sure people are going to complain about available in Europe. But you got an N64 Virtual Console game. So let's see. Nicky Hill is working. He really wanted to be here. He's very upset about
Yeah,
it.
what are the VC releases? I'm interested.
Martin's stuff says, nothing for me personally, but may just check out the Gunvolt anime. Yeah, I would like to see that. I'm interested in this. I just don't want to watch it on the 3DS. All
I'm
right.
interested in things.
This is the serious story I was talking about. Kirby, before we started the show, I said I have one serious story for that I'd like to have no jokes. And I mean that seriously. I know this is hard to say and not make it seem. But before you got here, I was like, I have one story. Just let me get it out. It is honestly serious. No, you just didn't get the heads up before. I'm not
Okay.
singling you out. Like, oh, Kirby's the jerk. I got to tell him. All right, so.
Well, it looked like lube.
Exactly. See, the difference is I would tell Lube and then he'd be a jerk anyway. So, all right. So there's this guy, Gabe Marcello. He was 26 years old and he had a heart problem, and he had a heart problem all of his life. And he wanted to play. He's a huge Zelda fan. He wanted to play The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Sadly, he didn't think he was going to be able to make it to play the game. So his goal was to try and play it before it came out. So he put together a social media campaign and tried to reach out to Nintendo, and a whole bunch of stuff happened, and there's a whole bunch of stumbling blocks. But thankfully, word got out to the right people, and Nintendo met up with Gabe. They had Gabe to their Seattle headquarters, and they had Gabe there to play Breath of the Wild. So he got to sit down and play the demo that's been at like E3 and stuff like that. So he got to sit and play that with some of the Treehouse gang as well. And then they took him for a whole tour around the headquarters, and they took him to the shop, and they gave him all kinds of awesome stuff. So he got to play the game that he wanted to play. And then he found out that Breath of the Wild was coming out March 3rd, and he was like, I'm going to make it. I think I can make it to play that game. Sadly, he didn't make it. But Vice, you guys know Vice, the documentary people. Their website did a feature on Gabe. And what is this? They did a feature on Gabe, and it was written by Patrick Klepek, who used to work at MTV and then moved to Kotaku and now is at Vice. He, as far as I know, he's heading up their gaming stuff, and he did an amazing article on that. So we shared the article with you guys, and I decided to dedicate one of my today's big stories to Gabe because I felt like that was the right thing to do. So I did a video for that and shared it with you guys, and something really awesome happened. Well, besides you guys being awesome and leaving really nice comments for Gabe and his family, I got a comment on the story from Gabe's brother. Apparently, Gabe followed Go Nintendo, and Gabe's brother was saying that he wouldn't believe that there was a video featured on him and that all this stuff has gone out about him and everything. So I wanted to share that story with you guys. I think it's pretty cool. So hopefully when the game comes out, we can all take a moment and remember Gabe, because unfortunately we're getting to play something he wasn't able to play, but we can remember him through what we do. So please go check out the Vice story, because it's super detailed, really well written, and you get to learn a lot more about Gabe. So like I said, it was just a sad story, obviously, but a really great one too. So I wanted to share that with you. So take a few minutes and read that story. First comment comes from CM30, and he says, saw the story when it was first posted on Reddit, and it's still heartwarming now. Really glad Nintendo helped him experience the game before it was too late. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff through Reddit to try and get Nintendo's attention, and then people gathered around him on Reddit to, amplify his message, and that's how it worked out to get him to do what he wanted to do. So,
Do we know if he and or his family had any wishes for any kind of like donations to any kind of a hospital or an organization?
I'm not in a position to speak about it. I can certainly ask them to find out, but I don't want to, put something out there without getting firm
Right.
details.
Right. I just thought.
But yeah, it'd be cool. Like if there is something, I think that'd be great and a great excuse for us to do another charity live stream because we haven't done one in so long. I think that'd be the perfect reason to do it.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Jesus, when was that?
You were still
2005.
It's at my parents' house.
Yeah, you were still living at home.
Yeah, it was really early. We did a live stream
Mr.
Charity
Mrs.
event.
Cowboy.
for 24 hours where it was just us playing different games.
Yeah, didn't you have to like move the TV? Or
Yeah.
something for it?
Yeah, I had to move the TV over in the corner by the computer, and I had some like
Beanbag.
jury rig set up to like screen cap the footage. This was long before this stuff is commonplace nowadays, playing games and streaming them and all that stuff. And we were doing it before any of that stuff was popular, and I didn't know what the hell. I still don't know what I'm
Before it
doing.
was cool.
But yeah, it was real. It was a real garbage setup, a real dog and pony show, but it worked.
I don't even remember what we. I remember somebody played Bubble Bobble, and I think Nikki Hill played Codename Viper. That's all I remember.
Him and I played Legendary Wings. I remember that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we played tons of stuff. So obviously now, because we play stuff with my parents, I'd get my parents on the stream too. But we could do another 24 hours, no problem. I think.
See if your parents could do like 24 hours.
Yeah, right.
Your mom could.
The charity stream would be my
That
parents
sounded
playing one
great.
game for 24 hours just to see if they could beat it. Like my mom could beat a game, but if it was 2-player between my parents and I had to work together, forget it. It never happened.
I'll do that.
Charity, play with my parents?
No.
Yeah, I definitely want to do it. Well, then I'll talk to Gabe's brother and see what he says. But we could do that for
too.
we could do that for charity anyway. Yeah, I'd love to play that. Games that we gotta start off with games we at least know and can play well, and then get into the stuff that we screw up.
Play Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh,
Everyone will be singing.
man.
And that game is so random that
It could be played
Excuse
a
me.
long time.
we could play that all 24 hours.
Yeah.
You might not get all the ship
We'd all be
pieces.
singing along. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Looking forward
It's
to
gonna be great.
Yeah. Feels
No,
Can we do that now? Real
we can
soon?
do that soon. Yeah.
Real soon?
Inglorious Bastards, my parents did not sell my hat. No, I just didn't put it on today because I took a bath and I was like, yeah, that hat's gross. I'm gonna,
that
I'm
hat's
gonna
the
wash it.
It is
I
the
mean,
color of
I'll wear
popcorn.
it for the big stories and I'll wear it on the podcast too. But just today, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, the hat's the color
What
of
do you do to
buttered
wash a
popcorn.
hat? Does that go in the dishwasher?
Yeah.
Is it dishwasher safe?
Is this true?
Yeah.
I mean,
never knew
normal
this.
hats are. I don't know about this
Yeah,
one.
that's how you would wash a ball cap, dishwasher.
Yeah.
So for a sea captain's hat, you throw it in the ocean?
Salty. You just you put salt in the dishwasher.
Well, you're the hat washer around here, so
I've never washed a hat. We don't wear hats.
is that a rule?
Not ball caps. Not softball caps.
You don't wear hats. and
Ball bag hats.
Ball bag.
All right.
What did we call it last week?
Yam
Some-
bag.
Something skin bag. Skin package.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you
you were talking about
said skin bag.
skins.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man.
All right. We're not gonna do that. I mean, we're at 40 minutes. I gotta.
That's some good.
All right, yeah, I'll do this one.
grunting.
So Nintendo had their investor Q&A, which came out in Japanese a while ago, but now we finally got the official English translation.
I always thought it was teen.
Talking and answers.
Talking and answering.
Tits and answers.
The answer is yes.
Yes, the business meetings over there are very entertaining. So we got the official English translation.
Questions and ass.
What's that smell? It's ass.
That's the
okay.
only question, and the only answer is ass.
Questions and answers. Tits and answers.
Are we going to talk about ass at this? Ass. We have the official English translation, and Mr. Miyamoto talked about Nintendo's developers, and as you know, they're working on Switch, and he talked about what they've been doing because they want to make sure Switch has lots of support. So there's two big engines that that Nintendo felt Switch needed to support day one. One of those is Unity, and one of those is Unreal Engine 4. So Unreal Engine 4 for a lot of the mainstream developers, and Unity for a lot of the indie developers. And Mr. Miyamoto says that He says that Nintendo's developers have mastered the state-of-the-art technologies, such as the Unreal Engine. So he says they are ready. They know what they're doing. They're going to use Unreal Engine 4, and it's there for anybody else who needs to use it. And like I said, Unity support is there as well, right off the bat. For example, Snipper Clips is Unity. Unity!
Oh, Snipper Clips is Unity. I think about that often.
People,
Does
a guy
Snipper
randomly...
is Unity.
Look at that.
Nailed it.
Imagine somebody on YouTube.
Is Unity?
Imagine somebody on YouTube just getting back into Nintendo, and they're looking at the sidebar for suggested videos, and our podcast is there, and they click it, and they hear Snipper Clips is Unity, and they're like, what the F is going on? I'm done with the internet. I have no idea what these people, these kids in their new languages. Red Knight says this
You know
is
what we
good.
call those people? Boring.
Red Knight says this is good stuff. A lot of games will come to Switch in the upcoming years thanks to these moves. Yes, having that engine support is definitely very important. Oh, and this is a good example of it. So Snake Pass is coming out on Switch. It's also coming out on PS4, I believe Xbox One, and PC. And it's made in Unreal Engine 4. And the developers behind it, Sumo Digital, who worked on games like Sonic and All-Stars Racing, Transformed, and stuff like that, they said developing for the Switch is ridiculously easy. They got the game up and running on Switch in a week because of this engine support. They said it's so easy to work with. They said, you know, the basics of the game, like they could actually sit down and play the game. They got that up and running in 7 days, which is insane. And that game is coming out. That game is coming out same day.
7 days.
That game's coming out same day on Switch as it is the other versions. So if you want to see how easy it is for developers to support the Switch, there's your example. Game Informer,
Sampo.
their cover this month is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I see that.
It has a
Do you have a tattoo?
It's the front and back cover. I don't see a tattoo.
Form?
Well, he's got his Triforce hand thing.
That looks like a tattoo.
This stuff,
That's
it's just like his gauntlets.
Yeah, it's not a sleeve.
Um,
It kind of looks like it.
So yeah, it's a front and back cover. So on the front is Link, and on the back is Zelda, and they are both holding
Lincoln.
Link and Zelda. Yeah, they're both holding the Master Sword in
Hi,
between
Lincoln
them.
Zelda.
So there you go.
Nice to meet you.
The quality, am I right?
So there's a huge, yeah, excuse me. There's a huge interview in this month's Game Informer with Mr. Al Newman about Breath of the Wild. And they have another huge, all that's part of an even bigger feature where they go hands-on with the game to talk about, they had a special 3-hour play session with the full game, not like the E3 demo that's been played a million times. They're talking about the real deal game. And they have so many exciting things to talk about in there. Now, I want to say, we've summarized the interviews and we have those snippets for you and gameplay details. But I want to point out, I'm not going to say them on the podcast because they are very spoilerish. Sexual. And I marked all the stories spoiler.
I marked them all sexual.
So if you're spoiler
Warning,
sexual
content.
So if you're
Don't love it.
if you're worried about spoilers, you don't have to worry about them. I'm not going to give them to you here, and they're well marked on the site. So just be warned. If there's anything about Game Informer and its Zelda feature, there's lots of spoilers in there.
Spoiler. Link's in it.
Gabberman has first comment. He says, before anyone cries spoilers, I must ask,
Spoiler.
what did you think the title of this article implied? So
The content within the article.
I gave one dungeon detail, which I expressed in the title. Yes, and then like if
And then
I don't know how to say this without sounding like a jerk. If
Do it.
if I'm posting
Deal with
Do it.
the cover of the Game Informer issue, and you're calling that spoiler, I don't.
Then you're maybe a
I
little
don't know
sensitive
what to do to
spoilers.
help
Then you
you.
might be too stupid to live. So,
Like I understand you
You've
want to
revealed
avoid.
new information to me? That is
I understand you
spoiling
don't want
information.
spoilers, and I completely get that. But like I don't like the piece of art is Link and Zelda. Like they're in the game. I apologize if you
What?
consider that spoiler, but
I thought they were
I did
killed
not.
off.
wait.
Wait.
Wait, what? All right, so I
Like
won't
we
talk
were
about
there.
this. But for
That was
example,
2005, right? No, it was more like 2003.
4,
Mr. Al Newman talked about how hard it was to create a Zelda that has a giant open world like this because he said, I didn't I didn't want it to be a big open world where you don't do anything. I want it to be an open world where there's stuff to do all over the place.
There's
So,
stuff to do in this game?
There is.
Oh my
Ah,
god.
spoiler!
he also talks about,
How
in
delicious
non-specific
Epona is.
terms, how they had ideas that were almost implemented in this game but weren't because they're saving them for a future Zelda.
Whoa. there'll
But
be
he doesn't
another
say
one?
what. He doesn't say what ideas.
Wow.
And he also talks about the importance of Zelda in this game.
Period.
See, now we're talking spoilers, and like I said, I will not
Okay.
read those for you.
Is future Zelda Mega Man?
Think about
Blew
it.
your mind, huh?
Think about
Blew
it.
your mind.
This future
Wow.
Zelda Mega Man. I mean, just saying it sounds wrong, but I can't give you any evidence that it's not true.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you can't disprove it, it must be
Exactly.
true these days.
That's right.
Mm.
So Time Magazine had an
That's
interview with
philosophy.
Time Magazine had an interview with Nintendo's
101.
president, and I think Nintendo was like, "Hey, Mr. Kimishima, could you do us a favor? We have no pictures of you smiling. Every time somebody uses a picture of you on the internet, you're not smiling. So please smile." So for this interview, Time's got amazing pictures of like Kimishima like peeking out behind stuff and smiling. Like this one.
It's very
Aw,
convincing.
that's so sweet.
Oh, you caught me. Here I am.
That's not him peeking out. He's in the middle of the
You
hallway.
know what he looks like? He looks like someone is like, if you don't smile, I'm gonna shoot
Yes,
your wife.
yes.
He's like,
Oh, hi. I didn't see you.
That would be a hostage smirk.
Oh, hi. I was just holding on to this pillar here. You know me, Mr. Kimishima, always
I know
holding
a
on to
hostage
pillars and
smirk
smiling.
when I see one.
So Time had an interview with a whole bunch of Nintendo people, but
Blink twice.
a hostage smirk with a hostage grunt.
in this Time interview, they talk about a whole bunch of things related to the Switch. So they talk about what is going to be available on the eShop day one. So you'll be able to download games on the eShop day one. But they said stuff like they're not going to have a web browser on day one, but later on.
What about my favorite Nintendo character, the black cat from the web browser on the Wii?
Not going to. Well,
Ah,
I can't guarantee it, but it doesn't sound like it so
such
far.
a personality.
They also talk about branching into the esports world, which we saw with Splatoon, and now they're going to try and do with ARMS as well. Talking about Switch stock and all that good stuff. It's a massive interview.
Arms.
So that's all you do in the game is just pet people's arm. So make sure you check that out. First comment comes from some guy, and some guy says Kimishima is the man. Well, he certainly is the man at Nintendo right now. There's nobody above him. So, nope, not doing it.
Ain't no other man.
Lots of Zelda spoiler stuff. Like I said, be careful when you're reading something. Oh yeah, here you go. Here's a great story. So Fire Emblem Heroes, which we talked about last week, mobile game, free to play, never have to spend any money on it, but you
You
can
don't
spend
want
money
Mobile
on
Strike.
microtransactions if you want to. Fire Emblem Mobile Strike.
Am I right?
So one guy was trying to get all the characters in the game, so he decided to do that by spending money, and he spent $1,000 on the game already.
Oh, those microtransactions.
It was his money, right?
But tell me again how
I don't know if it was his or not, but he
$10
knew he was spending it. Huh?
That's a
Tell me again how $10 is too much to pay for.
I said in my video, I
that's
did
an outlier.
I did
Not everyone who plays Fire Emblem is spending $1,000. That
No,
guy's insane.
Hopefully,
He's
no one.
just trying to get his
I'm
name
playing it, I'm
on the Go Nintendo podcast.
yeah, right.
Just trying to get famous.
No, I would love to see an interview with people that do spend money on microtransactions to see, like, during the course of time they've played a game, how much money they have spent over it, in the last
You know,
2 or 3 months.
I'm at a point in my life here that I'm thinking that there is nothing that I could spend $1,000 on unless I absolutely needed it. Like I can't afford $1,000 on anything I don't absolutely need. Like to have a car fixed, God
Mhm.
forbid, or like
Mhm.
like I
Are
don't.
you saying you don't need all the characters in Fire Emblem?
Thank you.
I mean-
Thank you. Somebody's getting to the point.
All right, sorry.
Oh, and by the way, here's the best point. He didn't get all the characters. So.
I want $1,000 worth of cat toys.
What kind of
So-
game is this? You give it $1,000, it's like, man, I don't know.
Well, it's
I'm not that
microtransactions
impressed.
based on chance.
Should have
So-
made a bigger transaction.
See?
Should have made a mega
Based on
transaction.
chance,
If
he
they
should've-
did all
should've worked-
1,000 at
he should've
once.
worked-
So-
Chance. I'm sorry.
Yes.
This is a chance.
So he spent $1,000. He filled out his barracks, which is 500 characters, but you can have multiple versions of characters,
So what was he-
obviously.
Oh, he just
So he missed characters. I
completion is all
forget.
he was gunning for? Really?
I don't know.
Wait, it's 500? I thought it was only 200.
The barracks? I think you can
Kirby,
expand
better
them.
crack open that piggy bank.
Because he definitely has 500 characters, without a doubt. I have a screenshot of every single, team, 500 out of 500. But yeah, he still has ones that he didn't get. And as I said in my video, if he's got the money to spend and he really likes Fire Emblem,
He should send it to R-Type.
well, Totodile has the
Care
top-rated
of-
comment, which is a great comment, and Totodile says, "I wish I was a game so people would give me $1,000."
Was Fire Emblem is gay?
Is Fire Emblem is game? No.
Ooh.
All right, it's spoiler, whatever. I won't read it. All right, I'm gonna. Excuse me. I'm gonna cover some of the details in this one. So, Game
Gotta
Informer
cover your
sat
mouth.
down with Al Newman and Miyamoto, and he gave them 51 rapid-fire questions about the Zelda series.
What is Zelda? How is Zelda?
So I'll
When
give
is
you some
Zelda?
details. Did you say when is Zelda?
How is Zelda? When is Zelda? Where is Zelda? Why is Zelda?
Why is Zelda?
So I'll give you some of the details that aren't spoiler. If you were wondering, Al Newman and Miyamoto have both played through the game start to finish. And Miyamoto says the strangest thing that he's made Link eat in the game is called dubious food, which is when you try and make a menu item, but you make it incorrectly. So you make crappy food and Link's got
Dubious food. I can't wait to complain to a waiter. Excuse me, you seem to have given me dubious food.
What does this look like to you? Looks dubious to me.
I have reason to believe that this food is dubious.
They say
Right? What was that?
that Breath of the Wild was the toughest Zelda game for them to create ever. They also say that Link they've revealed Link's last name.
Oh.
This does not pertain to Breath of the Wild. It's
Let me
just
guess. Let me
franchise.
guess. It
Johnson.
rhymes. It rhymes.
Oh, it rhymes.
I knew it would.
Stink.
Link Johnson.
Link stink. Link
Flink.
stink and
Link
pink.
flink.
Link flink and stink.
His name is Link.
Linkadink.
Link. He says it's just like
Like
Mario.
Mario?
So Mario's Mario, Link's Link,
Really?
and they both laugh about it because they don't either.
So they're like, now we've answered their question. They leave us alone, and we
Yeah,
didn't
right.
answer anything.
I would have
they're
preferred
both-
Link Johnson.
They're both asked about what the NX stood for, and both of them were like, "We don't know." And Miyamoto's like, "Probably Nintendo X or something," and that was their answer.
Well, same with what was the code word for the GameCube?
GameCube, Dolphin.
I thought I had another one.
No,
Get out.
no, it did not.
Remember the Nintendo Now? Remember all the hullabaloo about the Nintendo Now?
No.
I'm coughing.
Or what was that thing?
The cafe
headset.
espresso.
The head. What was
That was the
Now?
Wii U.
That was the
Right?
Wii U, yeah.
Cafe espresso.
Project Cafe.
NU64.
You're thinking of the On.
That was it.
But that
On
was
now.
just fake altogether. All right, so Switch was NX, Wii U was Project Cafe, Wii was Revolution, GameCube was Dolphin, N64 was Project Reality. I don't know what Super Nintendo was.
Still trying to live in Project Reality today.
All right, anyway,
Normal
here's a
Nintendo.
spoiler for Zelda. You can't eat horses in the game.
Oh.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
I like my barbecue eponia.
They're asked about Tingle, and both of
Can
the
you
developers
eat
say
Tingle?
that Tingle is always happy, and the developers love Tingle, but they're not saying if he's in the game or not. And they
You're a
say
weird
yes,
guy, Tingle.
while there are
Weird
multiple
guy.
while there are multiple links in the Zelda games, excuse me, Mario is always the same Mario. So every Mario game you've played features the same Mario. Here's a really weird one. It could be them just being playful. They're asked about the idea of Paper Zelda.
Mm.
And Al Newman is like, "Oh yeah, we're working on it,"
Oh, yeah.
but they wouldn't come out and confirm it like that. So I'm sure it's an idea they've toyed around with, but
That's like a dad
I mean, I would
answer.
love-
Yeah, we're working on that.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, go inside, ask your mother.
Ask your mom. Ask your mom, Shigeru Miyamoto. The first design documents for the Legend of Zelda franchise were actually titled Adventure Mario. So they didn't know, they just wanted to make an adventure game, and they called it Mario for the time. And what planet is Hyrule on? They don't know. They say, I will say it's Earth.
It's always funny when the creators of things,
Middle Earth.
not that they care less than the fan, but they just don't.
They're like, that's not
It's
the point.
it's a different
Yeah.
it's a different
They
mentality.
have
You know
other
what I mean?
priorities.
Yeah.
Hawk has the top rated comment. He says you can't eat horses. Pre-order canceled.
Oh.
So I suggest
No
watching
deal.
the Game Informer video because it's actually really funny. And they have a point where they have Miyamoto and Al Newman sit down and play like the choose a cup game, and they hide something underneath one of the cups,
Just one cup, please.
and then they move the cups around, and Miyamoto and Al Newman pick the same cup, and when they pick the cup up, there's a piece of paper underneath of it that says 2D Metroid, please. And they both read it and they start laughing, and Al Newman takes it and like puts it in his pocket. So it's filled with little funny, stupid stuff in there. They're like, "Can you play the Switch and eat cake at the same time?" And Miyamoto shows like how you would do it and all kinds of weird stuff.
2D Metroid, please.
Yeah, lots of people want 2D Metroid. I also want one.
Yeah.
I'd love a
I
return
agree
to
with
2D Metroid. I mean, I love the 3D ones, but a new, like, think about that. Think about it.
A nude.
A nude Samus. Think about it. I wonder if that's on the internet.
It definitely is on the internet.
A new 2D
It's too
Metroid,
bad
which would be really
I know
cool.
for a fact it's on the internet.
I'm Michael Googling.
I know it's on the
this
internet right now.
Oh, trust me, it's there. Yes.
I'm Michael
Just do
Googling
Samus
it.
Rule 34, and you'll be set for the rest of the day.
What? Wait. What?
Go on Google,
Okay.
search Samus Rule 34.
Rule like RULE.
I rule you.
And then the number 34.
And then the number 34, and and then search just images and enjoy. North America, what do we get on Wii U and 3DS? We got Azure Striker Gunvolt, the anime. We also got the Game Boy Advance game Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Woohoo!
We got Plantera. We got Parascientific Escape Gear Detective, Brick Race, Words Up Academy, and YASG.
My goodness.
Oh,
The internet.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the internet.
You're not familiar with that site? It's really
Rule
something.
30
No.
There's Rule 34 for everything.
Yeah.
That
Type in
is
like
Rule
type in like
34.
a sad potato, and you'll you'll find what you're looking for.
Heathcliff. Rule
Ubisoft-
34.
Heathcliff. Clang.
Heathcliff Rule 34. No one should.
What?
Oh,
I like it.
terrorize the neighborhood.
Ubisoft talked more about their Switch support. They said Ubisoft has said they are supporting the Switch strongly, and they point to high sales of Pokemon games to explain why they believe in the
Jesus.
Nintendo brand. And also,
the
you know,
effort that people go through.
they have Just Dance coming out at Switch launch, and then other games are coming out. Obviously, some we know about, some we don't. But you're not going to see those until next fiscal year from Ubisoft. But remember, their next fiscal year begins in April, so it's not like it's a long wait. We get the system in March, and then next fiscal year. Why are you saying this?
Why would you say something
There's a
like
top-rated comment, and I want to know why somebody's saying
Why are you say this?
it. What is this in
that? My
response
feelings.
to?
Why are you say this?
My pride.
My pride.
My pride. Andrew's face
Oh.
in your face.
Someone in a Mystical Bovine is wanting Ubisoft to bring over the new South Park game to Switch, which is called South Park: The Fractured Butt
The
Hole,
fracture.
because they wanted to have butthole on the name of the game, and retailers wouldn't let them do that. So instead of that, they just did butt BUT, and then hole WHOLE.
Fractured.
Yeah, the
Butt-
fractured
Butthole.
butthole. So that's how they got around it.
They're
Genius.
amazing.
They're
Yeah.
genius.
They're
Right?
amazing.
Fractured
I
butthole.
believe in the interview, all they said was they were like, "Why is that the name of the game?" And they were like, "Because we
Can't
wanted
be up
the game
here.
to say butthole, and we wanted it to be on storage shelves." There's a little rumbling about this potentially happening, and now we know it's true. There's not gonna. No, you can't sit there.
They
You
look
can't.
good.
You can't sit there.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my. Kitty butt static.
There's not going to be a
No.
new Skylanders game on
Oh
consoles in
my.
2017. So Skylanders is taking a break. The only Skylanders game you're going to get on consoles in 2017 is the port of Imaginators to Switch, which will be close to launch, I think. So that's your only new game. Imaginators is going to get new content in 2017, but no brand new Skylanders game for consoles in 2017. There will be a mobile game. But this is a big departure. This is the first time in 6 years we haven't had a new console Skylanders game. Swedish Galaxy 94 says that Spyro look as bad as current Spyro. I did a shocked Spyro picture to go along with this. But yeah, I know lots of people don't care about
That's his reaction.
Skylanders, but I like Skylanders. And you might like Skylanders because, let me put it this way. It's like Gauntlet. Just-
Sold.
It's just, you know,
Gauntlet for babies.
gauntlet
Hey.
for babies. Yes, it's a more family friendly gauntlet, I guess. Not that Gauntlet was ever super violent or anything. And finally, our last top story: Splatoon 2 is going to allow a spectator/photography mode for private for private battles.
You mean Splatoon?
Splatoon. So now you can have a private battle and let people come in and watch you play, and they can also take pictures. And then on top of that,
I left the screen door open.
here's something you'll like.
Ooh. I like things that I like.
Splatoon 2
Mhm.
allows for
Mhm.
8-player local area network multiplayer battles.
We must do this.
So that's local, 8-player, no need for internet,
Can we get,
and
like-
obviously the best part, no need for TV. You just bring the thing with you and you play on your own system. That's it.
Can we bring
Tabletop
like
mode or handheld
12
mode,
of
whatever you
us
want.
here and just have all these stations set
I'm
up?
very excited about this.
All kinds of Mountain Dew and yelling
That's what I want.
You
and that.
two need to play Splatoon because
Yeah, I
it
never really
is
have.
a
I've seen you
hell of
play
an
it.
awesome multiplayer game.
Can we play that
Today?
today?
I would
What are
love
my
to. I
what
would
are my
love to see you
options
play
on
that.
Switch? Because I'm thinking about getting.
What do you
into
mean?
it. It will. Is there what do you call it? Backwards compatibility?
Does Splatoon is Switch? I think is what he's
There
trying to
is not
say.
backwards compatibility, but
Pretty much.
Splatoon 2 is coming out on Switch only.
But what about those who are really into one and who are switchers? They call themselves switchers.
What about them? What are you asking me?
I'm just trying to
You
pretend to
can't
have
play
an
the first
interesting
Splatoon
attitude.
on Switch.
Yeah, I would love to see you guys play Splatoon. It's a ton of fun, and there's a whole bunch of different modes too. Like
It reminds me of Jet Set Radio, which I was big
there's
into.
a
I like that.
similar coloring style to
I
it.
like
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
It was about coloring the streets with your spritzy colors.
That's right. You know what I really like about Splatoon? The fact that it's online focused, but it's not like just about deathmatch. Like
It's not about
it's a lot like
teabagging.
Battlefield in the way that it's all like objective based. Like everybody, you know, like characters have their roles, and you know, you're going to be a paint roller guy who does like a lot of paint coverage, but isn't good for like shooting too much because they have a big paint roller. Then you have the guys that are like the snipers that pick people off and aren't really good at painting. And you really have to work
no
with your team.
idea how this game operates.
Well,
at
we're
all.
done with top stories, so let me explain. All right, so Splatoon, the objective in the game is, for most of the modes, is whatever team has the most ground covered in their color paint wins.
Mm.
So you have a time limit,
hmm
and the objective is to paint, but you use guns to paint. So some of them will be like, it'll look like a super soaker, and like that shoots a good distance and does a good amount of coverage on the ground. And you can obviously shoot other players and take them out. But then you can also use things like paint rollers, and they're huge, and you literally run around and paint the ground. And when people come up close to you, you can bash them and kill them with one hit, but you're not good for range. Then there's sniper rifles that are good for picking people off and killing, but when you shoot, it shoots like one long stream of paint. So it's not great for painting, but good for keeping the other team away. And then there's all different type of weapons and stuff like that. So that's how the game works. And then you can travel in your team's color. So say you're blue. Whenever you're on blue, you can actually drop down into the paint and like swim in it to go really fast and pop up other places. But if you're in the other team's color, you're very slow and it hurts you.
So you're basically describing real life.
Oh yeah, it's exactly how squids operate in real
I'm in
life.
my enemy's paint and they can't move so good.
But yeah, it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's really awesome, and it's been a big hit for Nintendo. So that's why Splatoon 2 is coming out on
I'm
Switch.
going to watch and play that.
Yeah, I would love to see that. All right, that's our top stories. Anybody play anything they really want to talk about?
Us or
Yeah, you guys.
I feel badly that I forgot to mention one of my all-time favorite games last week. I think the topic was hardest game
Yes,
being the hardest while playing a game. Was that it?
you being the hardest while playing a game. Yes.
Right. Okay. I might have
Never been while playing a game.
misunderstood the topic. UN Squadron. Can I get some UN
Oh,
Squadron
that's
love
right. You
out there in
brought
the
it up
IRC?
afterwards, and I was like, yeah, that's a great point.
I mean, to have that sort of replay value and to never have actually been able to beat it,
That's a hell of a tough game. It
I
really
love
is.
it.
But that is another one
I got
of those.
the best playing with every weapon, and I've spent every round of ammo on every
And
weapon.
isn't it if you die, you lose all your awesome stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's how games work. It's like
That's
you're
why it's a
dead,
killer.
like it's real.
Yeah.
Because
You play like 3 hours and you get all that stuff. You die once
Right.
and you're like, well,
Right.
forget it.
because that was still part of the generation of you're a kick-ass arcade player.
Yeah.
Now we want to replicate that
Yeah.
difficult arcade process.
And that's like when I think of like what the Super Nintendo could do as in terms of visuals and sound. Like that's one of the ones I think of because like
just even the select sound.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're in there, ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding,
that's one of the ones
Love
like that was early on for Super Nintendo, and I was like, wow, look how good this looks. Yeah, that's a great game. Really great game.
So yeah, because you got that boss when you're in the tunnel, and it's got the top and the bottom, and you're obviously flying between.
You need to play
Top and bottom.
Einhander. You really do. You would love Einhander.
I do. I am able to translate that from the native German, so I would love to play one-hander.
It's
Einhander.
it's one of those. It's pretty much just like UN Squadron, except
You're
it's,
playing Einhander.
except it's in the future and the camera's more dynamic. You're still on a 2D plane, but the camera moves around you and stuff. It's very like cinematic, but very cool. And
I
definitely
love
same sort of game.
Unsquadron.
You ever play Unsquadron? Anybody else play anything they want to talk about?
So yeah, I'm still playing Fire Emblem Heroes.
And singing along.
Yes, and that's why I asked you to give me the lyrics.
Let me interrupt real quick here.
Yes.
Shane says Einhander is effing rad, and you're from the effing moon. Both true.
Wow.
That's right.
Go ahead. Einhander.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
not
I'm
spoilers.
sorry.
Our type from the moon.
Sorry for spoiling those late 90s games. I think that was
Did you
late
say-
90s.
Did you say 90s? Late
90s. 90s.
Nandi.
70s, 80s, 90s.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it, but it is kind of frustrating the way it works. You have to use the in-game currency to summon heroes, and like you said, it's all totally random. And and so I guess each character has like a rating, and depending on how if it's like a super low rating, it means that they basically no matter how high they level up, they'll always be stuck with like the same crappy weapon.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
like,
my understanding.
you can bring them up and certainly make them stronger and get them new moves, but they're going to have a certain base that I think you're stuck with.
Yeah, like the
If somebody in the chat knows differently, please
maybe
fill us in.
maybe I'm wrong and there's like a way around this, but like I needed like I needed like a character type that was like like cavalry, so that I could so that I would have a chance against like these like armored enemies, because like none of my other characters were able to like do any sort of damage on them or against them. So I summoned like a cavalry guy, but because he only had like a 1-star rating,
Yeah.
he's stuck with like an iron axe that is it's still basically useless, which means that whenever I'm on a level that has an armored like a heavily armored enemy, they're basically invincible, which means I can't progress.
Yeah, they like you'll go up to them and hit them, and it does like 1 if you're lucky, and then they'll just hit you once and destroy you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But like I said, I know you can level things up. I just don't know about all the aspects. So maybe there is a way to get around that. Is that all you played?
Well, I should mention that playing Fire Emblem Heroes inspired me to finally pick up Fire Emblem Birthright.
Oh,
After
with
it's-
Birthright.
Yeah, after it's
The
been out
midwife
for, like-
simulation.
After it's been out for like a year now.
Yeah.
But I got it because I had like an Amazon gift card.
What made you go with Birthright over Conquest?
Well, I think you were the one who told me, what the difference was. And
The name.
One starts with a B,
Yeah.
the other starts with not a B.
and yeah, you explain how you basically like explain the
Game.
plot and
Nice
like the choice you have to
game.
make. And
Yeah. Yeah. So how far are you into it? Like, let's a chapter. Just give me.
I don't know, like 5 or 6.
Oh, so you've made your decision then, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I only because I bought Birthright, I only had one
Yeah.
choice to make.
Yeah. Man, your family, your birth family is. They're jerks. I feel like they're.
Hey.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, your siblings are okay, but
Yeah, they're okay.
But your dad is a monster.
Oh, your dad's terrible. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean,
They're
just,
worse.
like I'm sure some people are okay with that, but not me.
Not me. Is that it?
Yes.
Mom Rain, you play anything?
Nope.
Vitamin G, you play anything?
I've just been playing Civilization.
Oh yeah.
How's it
How's that going? I'm curious.
I'm very bad,
Sounds hard.
but it's really cool.
Do you have to like do calculus to like allocate your supplies?
You should have to make choices, which is the hardest part. It's,
Yeah.
You have to spend a lot of time thinking about what you need and when you need it.
So what are like the
And then
main
you-
like
then you commit,
expenditure
And then you're like,
categories?
I've
You have to wait.
done something
Yeah,
terrible.
now you're like, I'm building a theater.
Yeah, right. Speaking of
Will this
choices,
increase the intelligence of my elites?
speaking of choices, Mass Effect Andromeda is coming up. Lots
When?
of March, like
I
11.
know, I should pre-order that.
Yeah, lots
What
of
is it?
choices in that game. The new
Looking
Mass
forward
Effect
to
game.
it.
Aspect
start-
Andromeda?
The start
Mass
of like
Effect.
the new Mass Effect trilogy. I'm sure.
Those are maybe my favorite games ever.
I'm worried about this one.
Hmm.
I'm not sold yet. I guess I should say I am sold because I'm going to get it day one. But
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna-
nervous. 2 was my favorite by a large margin.
It takes a lot
Large
for me
Marge.
to not like.
Tell them
a
large
game.
margins sent you.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 was my favorite. 3, I enjoyed 3. I know a lot of people didn't, but
3 is my
I
least
enjoyed it.
favorite. I didn't hate it. Like I had fun with it, but 3 is my least favorite.
I did feel like 1. If they had made 1 knowing what they knew when they made 3, I feel like a lot of the stuff
Yeah,
in
right.
1 would have been a lot better.
Yeah, right.
But no, I am looking forward to that. Thank you for reminding me. I totally
Yeah,
forgot
just because you're saying choices and
Yeah.
Mass Effect's full of choices where you labor over them and then you're like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
I made a terrible choice.
Yeah,
And they never let you forget it for the rest of the series.
that's the worst part.
Yep.
Is that they'll gray out decisions you could have made.
Yeah, so when I
It's the
played
worst.
the first game for a good amount before I realized like not doing all the side missions was hurting me when it came to dialogue options,
Mm.
which is how Rex got killed in my first game.
Mhm.
And from that moment on, I did every single side mission I could do to make sure I had all the available choices. But for games 2 and 3, everybody made sure to let me know that you killed Rex and Rex is dead because of you. And
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. Let me, like, all right, I get it. I go to Rex's home planet and they're mad. Okay, I haven't seen them yet. Rex is dead. I get it. But like everywhere else you go and everybody on the ship still bugs you about it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. You all made mistakes too.
I mean, his
It
brother
is.
was pretty happy.
It is amazing.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. I never looked at it like that. I did this for you, but no, I got that fake Krogan, whatever the hell his name was. Test tube Krogan,
I
whatever
got
his name
both.
was.
I had both.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
All I do is look at the
Everyone
test.
loved me.
All I do is look at the test tube Krogan, and I want to die. I want to die. I wish I was with Rex.
Oh.
But anyway, Civilization, making theaters,
Yeah,
lots of
it's tough.
choices.
It's really hard, and I can see why it's super time consuming.
Yeah.
I mean, I would blink and it'd be like 12:15 at night, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's what
What,
JTS has always said.
So what are you trying to balance? Are you like spending income on development? Like how much SimCity is it? How much Command and Conquer is it? How much Warcraft is it?
Yes.
I've rarely gotten to a point in the game at this point where money is an issue. It's more you have to create a scenario, a city in which your territory expands
Okay.
a certain amount. Your production level is really important because that makes it easier to build things.
Now, do you have to like pick like agriculture versus like industry? Like, are you making that sort of complicated
Like
production?
That's not super
decision?
complicated. That
Okay.
stuff's not complicated. When it
Also,
you need to
Lords
keep-
of the Realm too.
There's three things, right? You need food,
Yeah.
housing, and amenities. Amenities are the annoying one because like you need to keep your citizens happy.
Yeah.
So you spend a ton of production turns. So like to build a theater district, it takes like 10 turns,
Wow.
and you spend 10 turns totally helpless because you're just building a damn.
It's gonna be great.
yeah.
There will be theater, I promise.
So it's yes, it's very
Yeah.
frustrating, but
Hmm.
really
Yeah, this isn't a
effective.
knock on you or anything, but you have like a long way to go
Oh, I know. I'm
to jump in. Yeah.
I'm very bad.
Now is there?
Oh
like,
yeah, I'm not saying you're bad at all. I'm just saying there's
There's
just
not like a
so
boring
much.
scenario or like aspect to the game.
There's all different
It's
scenarios.
everything. I
Oh
don't,
yeah.
I could talk-
Civilization. That encompasses pretty much
I've played
everything.
this game for 2 weeks, and I could probably talk for an hour and a half right now.
I bet you
about
could talk a lot
everything
longer
in this
about it.
game.
Yeah.
I want to play.
Go to that.
Live.
I want to
this.
go to that. I want to be able to dedicate that sort of time to a newer game, especially a PC game, especially a game that people I know, like Vitamin G, are also into at the same time. And that would be a lot of fun.
Well,
Great creative outlet because I like the mental stim.
it
But
is.
then to be like, ah, you
It is
also
great, but
got a brain
it's
boner.
going to take like a very, very, very
Let's
long
compare
time.
brain boners.
Like you,
Let's just play Lords of the Realm too and just call it a great week.
Button mashers.
yeah, it's definitely not a button masher.
No.
I didn't play anything this week because I was
I lose.
because I was sick and I didn't want to play anything.
You've built 40 theaters.
You are lose.
So yeah, I didn't play a single thing this week. All right, let's get to your questions. Like I said, Adrian says, "Will you still have the beard at Podcast 1000?" I'll be dead then, so I don't know. I don't have.
Don't like that.
Wait a
That's
second.
like 3 years.
400. How many
Oh,
weeks?
Never mind. I'll be
Yeah,
dead soon.
4 years. 50 weeks.
Does
Barry-
raw meat is math?
Barry says,
Does Cowboy dead? No beard?
"Would you like?
Why?
Would you like if Nintendo released movies on game cards as they were meant to, with the 3DS? If you can remember, it'd be such a weird format to have them on. Like,
Especially considering now we have everything digital.
if I could hook my 3DS up to the TV, maybe I still don't think I would. Like, if I had little kids and they were like, I want to watch SpongeBob, and they got a 3DS, then yeah, buy them the 3DS cartridge with like 3 movies on it, whatever. Like they used to do with the Game Boy and maybe the DS. They did with the Game Boy Advance. I know that for sure. But yeah, and here's the other thing. I don't really buy movies. Like when I do, it's a digital purchase just so I can watch on any streaming device or something like that. Mega Jacob F says, any big plans for episode 601? Or, I mean, episode 1000? No big plans for... Oh, wait a minute.
I'm confused.
There might be something big for next week. Yes. Yes. And that's all I'm leaving it at.
Oh my.
Blue Swim says, whatever happened to the old podcast soundboard?
Whatever happened to the
I
old
have this.
Congrats on 600 episodes. I started listening in the early double digits. Well, thank you for sticking around all this time. The soundboard is still around. We found it
and
not
we're
that
sorry
long ago.
you stuck around all this time.
We found it again not that long ago. But yeah, the problem
Boring.
is whoever, gee, it sure is boring around here. The problem is the person manning the soundboard has to do nothing but pay attention to the soundboard. They have to
And
listen to the show
None
and
of us
find
pay
perfect times to
attention to
hit
the whole
buttons.
show. So.
So like when
Who
people
used-
used to do it, they
who
would be
used to do it?
silent. It was divvied up between like
Mm.
Nikki Hill and Do.
I'd be happy to do that.
Just have to
when
fix
I'm
it in
here.
post.
It's. I mean, if you want to, it's still there. Yeah, I could get it for you.
I'll give it the old college
How
try.
big was the input?
Oh, it was. It was.
The input
No, it
matrix?
was. It was like a website with just clickable buttons.
Yeah, but how many
How many were there?
sounds
I
were
want
there?
to say like 30.
Yeah, that's too many.
See, it's like when you listen to Stern. Like the reason you don't really hear Fred is because he's doing that stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. I love the soundboard, but it takes that
I
person
just love
completely out.
Nikki Hill. Nikki Hill did it best because he did it the worst.
Yeah, yeah. Mostly it was him saying, "Oh, wait,"
True
and
story,
then
Mike?
clicking one, and then clicking the wrong one.
True story, Mike. True story,
Oh,
Mike.
that's so funny.
True story, Mike.
8-Bit Forever says, "What is your all-time favorite game for any system?"
Mm.
Tell you I'm wrong.
Rob,
I believe
we'll
you
start
on
with
that.
you.
I should be last. I can't.
We're gonna go around the table. All right, Vitamin G. You
How about we just go to somebody who actually has an answer?
Toe Jam and Earl.
No, we got to put people on the spot.
Go her.
Toe Jam and Earl.
I believe that with you. Yeah, Toe Jam and Earl.
There's just something about it. I mean, I do love me some Zelda, but
Hmm.
Toe Jam and Earl.
But Zelda doesn't have that funk.
It doesn't have the funk.
Give me that funk. Woo!
Okay, somebody else.
Who's next?
I mean, I'd say, if you want to talk true favorites,
Yes.
We
in
do.
Xbox, on Xbox, there was a time when I only owned Halo games. So it was Halo 2 probably
Mm.
was the game. Definitely the game I played the most. And then, Ocarina of Time
Mm.
is a easy.
That's a question I've been meaning to ask you. What is the last main Zelda game that you've played, like start to finish?
Wind Waker.
Really?
I started I can't even remember the name of the
One where he's a wolf.
on Wii.
Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started it several times, and I got to the point where he turned into a wolf, and I lost interest. I didn't like the wolf.
Yeah.
So
We're
you
not
have plans on
friends.
getting
Spoiler alert: he turns into a wolf.
you have plans
12
on,
years ago.
You have plans on getting a Switch, so you're obviously
Yeah.
going to pick up Breath of
Oh,
the Wild.
absolutely! That's gonna be the first game.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to do that.
Yeah, I'm very excited for people. I've heard from a lot of people who
I'm
have
excited
not
for
played
me
Zelda in a
getting
while
excited.
that are like, this is the Zelda I want. This is the one I'm jumping back
Kirby,
in
you
with.
feeling like you're next?
But
You were
Halo,
quarter
Halo
hours, by the
2
way.
probably. Halo 2 and 3, I played like an insane amount.
Halo 1 and 2 I played a ton.
Kirby, all-time favorite game?
Well,
I feel like Kirby's not going to have an answer for this.
wait, is that the question?
Yeah, all-time favorite game.
Wait, there's a question pending?
If you don't have an answer, it's okay. I can't think of one either.
It's Chrono Trigger. I mean,
Oh, all
that's
right,
always
all
my,
right.
whenever
Yeah.
someone asks my
Yeah.
favorite game, that's always my go-to.
So Chrono Trigger. For me, top
Favorite
10
trio.
top
Favorite
10
trio.
favorite soundtrack, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd put it in top 10 games. It definitely is a contender,
Mm.
but I don't know.
Mm.
But that soundtrack, oh my goodness. The way, like, that game to me, the soundtrack in Chrono Trigger shows how awesome the Super Nintendo can be when it comes to music. Like, the compositions and the sound fonts and all that stuff. Like, like if somebody was like, I would say like Streets of Rage 2 makes the Genesis sing. Like that is my go-to game for what you can really do with the sound on a Genesis.
Mm.
And the equivalent for me is Chrono Trigger on Super Nintendo because it's an amazing soundtrack.
Smooth McGroove does some Chrono Trigger, right?
Yeah,
It's pretty
he
crazy.
might have done Corridors of Time, I think.
Corridors of Time.
That's how it goes. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, that man, great. It's a great game without a doubt. Your favorite?
I don't know how many of you know this, but Kirby and I have known each other for a while.
From
And I had a feeling he'd say Chrono Trigger.
the womb to the tomb.
And because I don't want to die with Kirby. It's going to smell weird. I would probably say the same, even though I never beat it. The Gollum twins were tough for me. But it's epic. It just has that epic movie
And there's
like
like what,
feeling.
16 different endings?
Yeah, like when you're at the trial, you get put on trial. Like that's heavy. As far as like a involved epic type game, I mean, also Link to the Past, I think is probably very, very close, if not tied for first. That was a
Yeah.
game
It's
I would
probably my
beat.
top 5.
That was a game I would beat every summer, religiously. When I didn't have a car yet, I was like, well, I'm beating Zelda this
I had
day,
a poster when the Super Nintendo came out that was just like a basic, like, here's what's coming to Super Nintendo. And the very last one was Zelda. And it was just called like Zelda 3 on the
Yeah.
poster. Or
Oh
something.
wow!
And it had one screenshot that was seriously like this big. And I used to come
And
home
I
from
got
school
This
And
big.
and
Yeah.
close my door.
That picture got so opaque.
I had it on my closet. I used to just sit at the closet door and be like, man, look,
What could it
I
be?
can't imagine all the amazing
But
things
that
we're
was
going to do in this game.
that was like the mystery of growing
Yes.
up pre-internet. It's like what I was talking about last week. We had that like, here are Game Boy games that exist. I didn't know what RPG meant, and I asked the sole authority in my life at the time, my parents, and they had no idea.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I guess I'll never know what RPG stands for.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a problem that games still have today, like a whole language that the general public doesn't know. because you know, like movies, people know movie terms and all that stuff, and music terms for the most part. But when it comes to games, yeah, MMO, RPG, RTS, like
DTF.
DTF.
This game is DTF.
The general public doesn't know that stuff. So
Or as your father would say, this game is AF.
this game is AF.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You're so close.
I'm
But
game AF.
And kind of like that, I remember being a kid and ordering my first American Girl doll and keeping the American Girl catalog open to her page until I got it.
Has there ever been an American Girl video game?
I don't think so.
yeah, it's where
Alright.
it's where the
I know I didn't
the
answer.
sassy one.
I don't have an
That's what's
answer. I've played way too many games. I can just rattle off games that come to my mind.
Rattle Me
Skyward
Bones?
Sword, not just my favorite Zelda game, one of my favorite games.
Fragile.
Super Metroid, amazing game. Super Metroid, I think, is an essential game. If you play video games, you have to play Super Metroid. I know you have. You have to play it. Atmosphere,
You don't tell me what to
gameplay,
do.
design,
Your name
music.
has meat in it. I don't believe
It's
you.
amazing. I think if you ask me what Nintendo's best game is, I think I would say Super Metroid.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
unbelievable.
can't believe I missed out on that.
It's a game that developers still use today to influence their games.
What?
Yeah, like they refer to it often and
I
play
might have
through
always
it.
shied away from the fact that it was so mappy. You know?
Well, I mean, Zelda has a map.
But you're outside.
You're outside Super Metroid.
Well, let's play.
Oh my god, that game.
I just
So
always
good.
thought you were in like tubes and it was black.
No. If you're all right, so looking at Metroid,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking Super Metroid, I got you.
Okay.
Super Metroid is not like that. Yes, there are parts where you're in tubes. That's true.
Okay.
But you're in all different types of landscapes. No, it's completely different. Like
Really healing.
like Metroid and Metroid 2 on Game Boy. It's very much like here's a black background and a couple different colors and everything looks the same pretty much. Yeah, Super Metroid not like that at all,
Wow.
without a doubt.
Some on VC?
Oh yeah, definitely. Every virtual console on Nintendo systems.
What would
has
an
that.
original cartridge set you back these days?
Ooh, I don't know. I would imagine at least $90.
Damn.
You call your friends.
I counted my SNES catalog before I came over here. It was exactly 30, which I thought was funny based on the conversation we had last week. What would your SNES classic list be? So I'd be able to tell you what
I
mine
have it.
would be right now. A lot of embarrassing titles in there, but a lot of gold in there too. I think two Pilot Wings, however. So I
the
think they
fact
still
that
got
you
one
love
more
Super
space.
Nintendo and you haven't played Super Metroid is one of the most mind-boggling things. But
Right.
now that you've explained it like that, I totally get it.
Yeah, I think that was what always shied me.
Do
away.
they have Master System games on Virtual Console?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They have Master System games on Virtual Console, and they have Master System games on 3DS.
But not
remastered.
Wizard Sleep. What was the game you liked?
Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy?
3.
I thought that was a
I
different game you liked.
keep talking about Wonder Boy 3, and people probably think I'm just saying it to sound like I have a game.
I like
play.
boys.
Wonder Boy 3.
Wonderful boy.
Wonderful Boy 3
Let
is
me.
one of my favorite games ever. And I think it's because it's nostalgia. Like it's one of the first games as a kid I ever finished because it is really hard.
Mm.
The music's great. There's a whole the way this works is like the main character is turning into different warriors throughout, and they're different animals. So there's like a mouse warrior, a lion warrior, a dragon warrior.
I don't want to cause you to ruin your pants.
To upset
I
your
wanted to
undies.
double check this. I was 99% sure. Now I'm
Okay.
100% sure.
Okay.
This is for you, my friend. Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, completely.
The Dragon's Trap?
Yes.
For real?
Yes. Completely
What
remade.
does that mean?
That's the game. Wonder
Listen,
Boy 3.
This
The
is
Dragon's
all
Trap.
hand drawn, completely remade for the Switch.
You have got to be kidding me.
You want to see? It looks amazing.
What?
Yeah.
Why don't they just call it Vitamin
Look
C?
at how awesome this looks. It's all completely hand drawn.
I talk about this
Wow.
game all the time, and no one knows
There
what I'm
you go.
talking about.
I think it's coming.
Wow.
Oh, well, I know it's coming out in other stuff too, but they
This game
officially
is
announced
so
it's coming
good.
to the Switch.
Mouse
so.
Man and the Dragon's
There
Holy
you go.
crap! I gotta put
Yeah, look at that stuff. It looks amazing.
Wow.
Man, it's so
Look
good.
at that. It's so cool.
I remember that guy. I remember fighting that guy.
Oh, and they're working with one of the original developers that made the original to make sure that everything's.
This is
Now you have to
amazing.
get a pre-order vitamin C.
Yeah, right.
billion%.
What is the release schedule for that though?
They've only said 2017 so far.
That's this year.
But
Though.
it is.
I can't
2017
believe
right
this.
now.
I can't believe that this
There you
game
go.
of all games
Got
There you go.
picked for that sort of remake.
There you go.
I
It's
did
coming.
no research.
Yeah, any of the Wonder any of the Wonder Boy games I played. I love.
Wonderful boy.
And I'm super psyched for this one. All right, let me do one more Twitter question, then we'll get to music. Just because I want to be fair. Nintendo Tim says, "Happy 600. How is Stinky Bishop doing? How is Do Michaels doing? How is PC doing? I miss our lost main men. Stinky Bishop
You main man.
is a dad.
2 kids. Yeah, he's got 2 kids.
2 kids Catholic. Do Michaels is living in California, living a life, living a dream, doing well.
California.
Knows how
He's
to
brewing
party.
beers.
And PC's on the radio.
Dark
She's
Time
on a radio show
Salamander.
that I don't think you can listen to online. Otherwise, I'd tell you to listen to it online. So they are all doing well.
She will be back next weekend.
Yes, that's what I've heard. Yes, I've heard this.
I
She
heard
also
about that
says
too.
hello to everybody. I was just texting with her.
Yeah,
and
she
said
she texted me.
she wishes she was here right now, and she says hello to all her fans.
She told me she's watching the pod while in the tub, which sounds like the greatest experience ever.
Whoa.
All right.
Kind of Saturday.
Making a deposit in that hand wallet.
let's do some music.
First song comes to us from Andy the Zombie.
Balloon Fight.
Oh, I know this, but I don't know it.
Shadowgate. Dragon Quest.
It's a game that I've played, but I don't think I like. It's on NES. I know that for sure.
RC Pro-Am 2.
Oh.
Halo.
Adventures of Lololo.
Mark it. It's not first party. It's gonna drive me nuts. It's something I think.
Not giving it away.
It's not licensed. That's silly as hell.
He's singing
It's not
along.
an Adventure Island.
Yeah, I know it. Why do I know this? God.
That part right there should have maybe given a little away.
Is it not the first installment in the franchise?
That's correct.
Goonies? Not franchise. Sorry. Not.
No, it's a franchise, right?
It is.
I mean, sorry, I meant licensed.
Can we come back to
Solomon's Castle?
it? Can you tell me what entry it is?
Smooth entry. I have to pee so bad.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't get this.
That part should kind of give it away a little.
All right, play it again. Okay. I don't know. It's not Bubble Bobble, is it?
Yeah.
All right. So what is
Oh man, I was gonna say that too. I was gonna
Is
say
it
this
Bubble
is Taito. and I was
Two
gonna say
or
Bubble Bobble.
Rainbow
Why did
Island?
I
Bubble
not
Bobble
say
Part
that?
2.
it? That's it.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
ridiculous.
This
Kirby,
is-
I don't know why, but you and I playing that game not that long ago was one of
Yeah,
my
I-
favorite gaming memories.
I
think it
fell
was
asleep
because-
midway through, and I woke
I think it
up
was
to
because-
see you beat it.
Kirby wasn't really enjoying it, but he played it anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
I have the most fun when my friends aren't really enjoying
I
themselves.
enjoyed it for a little while. It just goes on too long.
Next
Yeah.
song comes from Swedish Galaxy 94.
Sounds like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Citizens, look around. Can you hear that fearsome sound? There's a
Hamilton.
menace that's encroaching, something aliens approaching. Join the team.
It's a constitutional convention.
Pick up your hand and march to fight back the monster menace. What a team! They call them Codename Steam.
Oh, well, it's Codename Steam. Okay.
Okay.
See, I have never played that because Nintendo did the review for us, so I never
So
played it.
Swedish Galaxy 94 sent us that, and it was Codename Steam. Next song comes from Jer Bear 1218. Nobody will ever hear episode 601.
Okay, it's Sonic.
Yeah.
Colors?
Yep.
Jeez, Raw.
It's the take on the main theme.
Can I get some supersonic racing from Samba?
So that was Sonic
Everybody
Colors from
supersonic
Jeremiah
racing.
1220. Nate Senpai sends us this one.
Well, I won't say anything.
Dr. Mario. Bam. Dr. Mario Super Duper Times. Dr. Mario Reboot.
Smash Brothers.
Dr. Luigi.
Oh, then I don't know.
Dr. Mario Sexy
I
Times.
mean, I'll give it to you. It's Dr. Mario Online. All right.
Oh, come on.
Come on, we were debating the merits of this theme and chill from last week. I'm still a chill guy. Still a chill guy.
All right. So that was Dr. Mario Online. Is it pronounced online prescription or online RX?
It's pronounced online.
I think people just say Dr. Mario on
Online.
Online works.
The next, and that was from I don't know. Who was that
Wow.
from? Nate Senpai. This one comes from Caddy.
Oh, I know it right away. It's also a puzzle game.
Window
All right,
Getter.
let's see if I can make you guys guess. I'm gonna turn it down. Like this.
Tetris.
Not the right Tris.
Clax.
Clax is a
Oh
great
no,
game.
not the right Tris.
Oh, yeah.
Turn it down again.
And Beatrice.
Beatrice Potter.
Yes, Kirby got it.
it.
Tetrasphere on the 64.
Great job.
I can't
That was
believe
from
someone else
Caddy.
has played Clax.
I played Clax.
I got you.
Clax is fun.
You don't count.
You shut your
You're not a
Oh,
human.
oh, sorry.
This song comes to us from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks.
Jaguar. Cha-cha-cha.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Street Fighter 3, Just Vega.
No.
Super Nintendo.
It's Super
Gems.
Nintendo.
I got.
It's not very good, whatever it is.
Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Clunky, it's stop and go.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker.
Bram Stoker's Draxulas.
Yeah, is it a licensed game?
I mean, would you consider it licensed?
Is it a license?
Frankenstein.
Probably.
Frankenboner.
Does it exist outside of video games?
No.
Okay, so not licensed.
Oh, that's what you mean by license. Well, see, I don't know.
Does it exist
It does.
outside of video games
Santa
before the
Claus?
video games were around? Let's say
Oh,
that.
no.
So this is a video game first, and then was
Yeah.
okay.
If it made its way outside that.
I don't know.
A version of this game probably is
Yeah, I think it is.
licensed.
We don't know, right?
No.
All right, we don't know.
Word Tris.
Another Triss.
Oh,
For
boy,
real?
Tris is all over the place.
For
Yeah, I
real?
forgot about Word Trip.
Okay, so the next song we have comes from Wired.
That is weird.
Was it weird?
That was weird.
That was weird.
That was weird. NES. I like it. Sounds like Mega Man.
It's not.
Sounds like Capcom.
I don't know who it is.
Sounds like a crappier Xanadu.
Xanadu Triss. Mega Man Triss.
Triss.
Triss the game. Triss the suffix the game.
I got nothing for this one.
Never even heard of that game. That's not really that surprising.
Logine.
Can we get a hint?
Princess Tomato in the South.
Yes.
It's an NES.
We don't know. Go ahead, kill it.
It was
Go ahead,
Mappy
kill it.
Land.
Oh, Mappy Land. I've played that a million times, just not the NES version.
Here comes a little ditty from Firecrackers.
Oh, let it go. Kirby should be able to figure this out. I hope it's the version with lyrics. Give us another bump up.
Supersonic.
Very crunchy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A dinosaur could dance.
I gotta pick a move from those German goths. What's the good one I know?
Turn it down.
Yeah, right.
Which
If
one
you
are gonna
if
be?
you want to give up, I'll jump in.
Is it Mighty Switch Force 2?
Yeah.
Hey, you got the two. Mighty Switch Force.
Mighty
That,
Switch Force.
That Bert, man. That Bert.
Mighty Switch Force, true?
Mighty Switch Force.
Every morning.
Mighty Switch Force.
I don't know what that guy's saying.
All right. He was probably saying lock the doors and turn the lights down low.
What was that country singer saying?
Keith Urban? Maybe lock them doors and turn them.
You know what it is? It's the face too.
You
It's the like,
freeze.
Oh, yeah. He's got a really deep voice.
I gotta align my
I gotta get low into it.
And you freeze.
Maybe lock
and your face.
Like
is
you're in a
really
trance.
sweet.
You know I sing high. It's very low for
And your
me.
nostrils flare a little.
in a trance.
I can't do it without moving. Or with like doing any other face. I can't.
Okay.
Maybe lock them doors. No, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, you gotta be deer in
All
All
right,
right,
this one comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
GPT.
Oh, why do I know this?
Genesis?
No.
No, it's bad Super Nintendo.
Fine.
I know this.
Oh, Jesus. I should have known this.
Streets of
I
Rage.
knew I recognized it, too.
I thought you would, and I was going to tell you don't bluff, but
I totally
It
would have.
sounds like a Final Fight.
I recognize it, but I would have never guessed it. Ever.
He recognizes it.
Halo. Wow, how about that bass line?
Yeah, this is.
And I recognize it because, I mean, I didn't have Super Nintendo. I remember that.
Right. Not very good. That's music.
Yeah, when Super Nintendo music was bad, it was pretty bad.
RoboCop?
This
no.
was very good on Genesis.
I was gonna say, it sounds like it's trying to be Genesis.
Yeah, sometimes when you have the multi-platform games, they pick the one system to do the main soundtrack
Right.
for. And
Right. It sounds like it was meant for Genesis. Because that needs to be more metallic in Genesis.
I definitely have heard it.
Ace of Base, the game?
It's not licensed, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. It's
All right.
I'm thinking like RoboCop, Terminator, like.
Power Rangers.
No.
True Lies.
No.
Yeah, there's.
You've got to be kidding.
Does the sick bitch take the ice cube trace?
Okay.
Oh, that part. That part
It
gets
could
me
be
right
bad
there.
Battletoads stuff.
No. It's like an action movie port. It's
No.
definitely.
Exactly not.
I feel action movie.
It's not.
Sucks. Oh, man.
This one's gonna bother me. Is it a sports game?
No.
Is it based on a cartoon?
Uh-huh.
TV show?
It's not based on a cartoon like a sitcom.
Cool World.
No.
Why haven't we watched that for?
Wait a minute. She says you're onto something.
Well, Bebe's Kids.
No, they don't die, they multiply.
Cool World got a reaction from her. Is it a Fido Dido?
I can give a hint.
That I would like that.
Okay.
Permitted.
We talked about it last week.
Oh,
You
forget
did.
it. Forget it. Go ahead.
Last
go ahead.
action
Well,
hero.
I'll give up. Are you guys giving up?
Not an action movie though. I want 30 more seconds, especially because of that
All
quote.
right, I'll play it.
We talked about it last week, and you were very excited to be talking about it.
Sounds like poopy Earthworm Jim. But it's not Earthworm Jim.
I had said it was one of the harder games.
Okay, from the hard games.
And it was total random. You know, it's a hard game. and I would have ever thought to
Right.
mention it.
Right.
We're late. You gotta go.
ahead.
Cool spot.
Wow, that's so
Cool
intense
spot.
for Cool Spot.
Last song.
Makes
So that
sense.
was from Glitter Bubble 3.
Cool Spot, I would not
Man,
have gotten
man.
there.
Last song comes from Mikey3319.
It started off one.
Jeopardy Deluxe Edition.
All right, this is not Super Nintendo. This is potential.
When you hear the noise.
Third grade
turn the
recorder lesson.
This is potential.
page.
I don't know if it's GBA or DS. It's
It's
one of
neither.
those. What? What is this? Oh, that dance.
Quest 64.
It is.
Owned it.
So you
Oh,
missed
Quest
one,
64.
Couldn't wait for Ocarina.
What a load of garbage.
Had to own it.
3.
Quest. I did it.
3.
I've done it.
We only missed 3 of them.
Pretty
how many we do?
pretty
10?
G.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, that's a passing grade.
Yeah,
It's pretty G.
C minus.
So, in honor of the 600th podcast, I think that it only be fitting that we have cake, and I think we're all neat.
Looks like that sub that Homer wouldn't give up.
You
Wanna
wanna,
put
you
behind the
wanna
bed?
Yeah, that's the one.
blow out the candles for us, Mr. Cowboy?
No, I'm stuck back here.
I'll bring it down.
Why don't you just
No,
share your
I
germs
hate
on all
cakes.
this?
I am not contagious anymore. I promise.
All right, Mr. Cowboy
Happy birthday,
and crew,
dear Papa.
Hey.
to all of our hard work.
Don't be mad, but I really want to see you drop this.
Oh, well, should we?
Bang,
We
bang,
probably
bang,
can't
bang,
even,
bang,
can
bang,
What?
bang.
I didn't even know that thing tilted down.
Here, we can do that.
Just keep
All
it
right,
there.
Mr.
No,
Cowboy.
put it down. Put it down. It can sit on the table.
Well,
All right, I'm blowing it out because we're running late.
and then we're eating cake, darn it.
Yeah.
Once I blow this out, it's the end of the show.
Pathetic.
Yay!
Goodbye, everybody. I didn't want to like blow cough on the cake.
Blow cough.
Blow cough on that cake.
All right, guys, we got the after show. Everybody's leaving, but I'll be here.
I'll be back in a second. I got a pen.
They're going to pee together.
It's emergency.
So
It's emergency.
if you have any after show questions, please feel free to ask. I'm here for you. Sorry, regular Gun Nintendo chat, I had to leave earlier because I had to use Twitter. Zidane wants that cake.
Aw, Zidane.
Cut him up a piece of that cake. So tell me about this cake.
It's, I don't know, like a tuxedo cake. Like our cat is a
It's
tuxedo.
made of
cat.
fabric.
Mhm.
I like my cake to be filled with cake.
Okay.
What's the white stuff in there?
I don't know.
Is it marshmallow?
Did you get a cake with a marshmallow?
Do you want this? The white chocolate stick?
No. I don't even know if I want a piece of cake.
Well, I do.
Can I have a very? I have not been to Hawaii ever, but thank you for the offer. It would be nice to visit.
Come on, you want to?
Travis Rogers says, "Ever been to Hawaii? If you want to come, we got a guest room."
That's real nice.
Carnictus, congratulations! Now all you have to do is pick the system up and enjoy it. Carnictus paid off his Switch.
Nice.
Right.
Drake Gamer says, "Will any of the podcast crew be going to the Switch launch?" I would imagine yes. Right, Mom Brain? We went to all the other ones. We gotta go.
When is it?
March 3rd, 2nd into 3rd.
I can't believe
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
Wonder
Oh
Boy.
boy.
Wonderful.
Lost us a
Yeah, let
little-
me see here.
Little piece of the.
That's a Thursday into a Friday. That's tough.
Yeah, no kidding. Cake?
That's tough.
Sure.
And Friday nights are parents play. Can I have like a ridiculously skinny piece? Joshua, thank you very much. Whose idea was Pokemon of the Week? That
I think it was a listener, wasn't it?
I don't know. I really got no idea.
Vitamin G, cake,
Of course.
cake.
You know I like some cake.
Yes.
There's like 5 shades of brown. in this cake.
50 Shades of Brown.
No ice cream for shame, says Tyson.
Shame.
We have ice cream.
Shane.
Your fork is like stuck under it a little bit, but I think.
Hey,
I'm about to pee my
are you going to come to the pay-per-view tomorrow?
No,
Then?
actually.
I think I am now.
Awesome. Grant, there's a pay-per-view tomorrow.
We already.
It's Elimination Chamber. We'd love to have you. Reed, you the same. But I know you are a busy boy.
Yeah, hi.
Oh my God, that's really weird. One GWX just said, "Are you watching Elimination Chamber?" Hell yes, I am. I never miss a pay-per-view.
Will there be any carryover from the Rumble?
Will there? Oh my God, of course there will be.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I was there for that.
I know.
So tell me what's carrying over here.
Well,
There.
whoever wins the Rumble or whoever wins the Elimination Chamber will get the belt and will be fighting Randy Orton, the winner of the Rumble. So John Cena has it right now, as you saw, as he won at the Rumble. But if he loses it tomorrow, he could be Randy Orton could be potentially facing 5 other people. One of them being Bray Wyatt, who is the leader of his group right now. So Bray and Randy would have to go against each other.
Oh wow.
Father versus son.
Do you think
Student versus teacher.
I think the odds are on that because it's Civil War? Or is it too
I
early?
mean, it seems like a
or is
good.
it too early to disintegrate that?
No. It seems like because WrestleMania is not until April.
Hmm.
It seems like that would be a great storyline, and it would be really nice to see Bray Wyatt in the main event of WrestleMania, like a new guy, a lot of potential.
Right.
They've been doing really good with his character. It would be nice to see that, yeah. But is there more money in the storyline of Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, or is there more money in John Cena versus Randy Orton?
So is John Cena.
I don't know. Will we be live streaming it? Well, we'll be live streaming it from the network to watch, but we will not be live streaming ourselves. No.
No, that would,
Watching the pay-per-view.
that would get us.
Watching the
That would get us
pay-per-view.
all into a lot of trouble.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
That's got to be done on somebody else's YouTube account.
Don't people do that?
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Sometimes our conversations are a little too colorful. We don't want to. Don't want to
Offend anyone?
broadcast that. All right, my friends. Well, one GWX, it's not tied to Go Nintendo. I would love to do that stuff. If I wasn't running a Nintendo site, I would probably run a wrestling site. And I would love to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'd love to do it now. I just don't have the time to do it. A wrestling site like reaction videos to the pay-per-views and all that. Yeah, I would love to do that.
We
That'd be
talked
great.
about doing a wrestling podcast a few times.
Yeah. All right, my friends. Thanks so much for joining us for the podcast today. I really appreciate it. And if you're a new listener, thanks for coming in. If you're an old listener, thanks for sticking around for all these episodes.
Thanks for stopping by.
It's been awesome. Alejandro says, I want to watch you guys watch wrestling. I mean, I'm not going to lie. We have fun.
But I mean, we have fun whatever we're doing.
It's true.
Also,
It's true. It's the company. It's the company we keep that provides the fun. All right. Thanks for, if you've been here for one episode or all 600. I'm 600.
If
I
you've
really
been here for
appreciate
one,
it.
thank you. If you've been here for 600, we're sorry.
I forgot about that.
Thanks very much. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week for 601. Goodbye, everybody.
see ya.